Then they switched up the music on us, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and kick it off, man. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off first. My name is Brandon B. Dixon, MLS 1541210 is at Billionaire Loan. Also on all social media. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. Go ahead, get us viral, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also on the YouTube as well at Billionaire Loan. Also, go ahead, put that all in one word, and everything will pop up right there. If you're ready to apply for a mortgage, go to www.applywithb.com. Or you could go ahead, book me for a consultation. You can call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. Call me 24/7. Also, go to my website, www.brandonbdixon.com. If you're ready to lease, you're ready to list, you're ready to get an investment property, so on and so forth. And last but not least, go to cocinvestmentclub.com. That stands for Collaboration Over Competition Investment Club. If you want to mitigate your risk and get into the actual fix and flip or buy and hold game. CJ, I got you queued up.
All right, what's going on, everybody? CJ with Greenwood Realty Group. Follow me on social media at CJ Sales Texas. That is CJSELLSTX. Connect with me on there. And we got up next, the YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor, where we're highlighting a lot of the luxury homes in Houston and surrounding areas, so you get a chance to see firsthand what these houses look like on the outside, inside, and some of the features. And also we're highlighting some of the local things that's going on, things to do, people to meet, business owners, that good thing. So all that good stuff. So subscribe, like, share, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think on that too. If any questions, call, text me anytime at 346-536-3800. We're here to help. So especially if you're not from Houston and you want more information about what's up and coming, if you're interested in moving here like a lot of other people are, hit us up and we'll be happy to help.
All right, let's go and get it popped off, man. So I got a couple of invited guests, so I already sent them a link, so we're gonna see if they pop on. But sure, let's go ahead and get it going. Happy Fat Tuesday, believe people forgot it.
You got to put that in there.
Yeah, so let's go and kick it off, in that theme. I had a couple of because one of the people I invited on is from New Orleans, so I had a couple of New Orleans based.
And they said they're coming on tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see. Again, we'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Man, I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, I got a couple of this is what it's looking like out there right now. So shout out to everybody who, went through the storm or whatever they had going this inclement weather. But boom, Louisiana was looking like right now, man.
And there's tornado warnings and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's Mardi Gras 2025 right there. So y'all made it through that, man. Y'all deserve an award to get through that. Y'all party goers for sure. So y'all made it through that. Let me go ahead. I got one more New Orleans clip, man. I wanted my boy to comment on this because I am really baffled about this. This is the mayor right here. I guess this was last night at the Zulu Ball. I wanted to ask my boy about this. What's really going on with the mayor out there? Oh, let's see. Where's that? I just had it up. Oh, here it go. Well, but this is for those that don't know, I forgot her name, but they call her TD. You know what I'm saying? So this is the New Orleans mayor. This is the current mayor of New Orleans.
She would have getting it, ain't she?
He turned up more than everybody else at the Zulu Ball. So I gotta ask, I want to ask, What's going on with this, man? This is the man. This is your man here. What's going on, man? So, I mean, I might have to run for mayor, man. Anybody can run for mayor at this point, right?
Hey,
you know, and it is what it is, man. So let's go ahead and get into the clip. You want to go ahead with your clips first? I just wanted to, get that New Orleans theme out of the way since it was Fat Tuesday. It is Mardi Gras.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you want to get into yours first? I got a few. You know what I'm saying? So.
Throwing them up.
You want me to go for mine? All right, cool. All right, which one you want to rock first? The one from the top?
Yeah, you can start with the top.
I mean, this one looked like a meme at first. I mean, this a still. I don't know if you want to put that first or.
Oh, it's one of those. I think it's ones you got to swipe, but I don't know if you can do it from there.
1924 and 1928, Reverend S.S. Jones was going around documenting this sort of self-determined, vibrant African-American communities. You see doctors, lawyers, landowners, oil barons, and I think that's what's so remarkable about this footage. To think that individuals, how many years out of slavery, are now owning oil wells that are producing 2,000 barrels a day. Is that not the ultimate American dream? Is that not the ultimate American story? It flies in the face of what I think some people consider part of African American history and culture. There were still palpable racial tensions. There are lynchings, there's Jim Crow segregation, there's all of these things, and you still have an African-American community or many communities that really speak to the fortitude and resilience of Black people. Between 1924 and 1928, Reverend S.S. Jones was
Fair housing for all is now a part of the American way of life.
The Fair Housing Act was signed into law 50 years ago. How is it that the rate of Black home ownership is no higher today than it was then? Fair lending laws made access to credit easier for African Americans, and many were able to buy homes. But when banking regulations were eased in the 1970s, the seeds of the foreclosure crisis were planted.
Banks now could charge whatever they wanted to in terms of interest rates. So instead of not restricting access to credit, they just simply said, well, we'll charge more for access to credit. And this is where subprime lending starts to take off. And so they targeted these neighborhoods for subprime loans, and they targeted Blacks for subprime loans.
So when the economy collapsed and home prices plummeted, a staggering 244,000 African Americans lost their homes to foreclosure.
Fair housing for all is now a part of the American way of life.
The Fair Housing Act was signed into law 50 years ago.
From a homeownership standpoint, only 44% of African American households own their home, whereas 65+% of others do. Frighteningly, in 1970, that number was 42%, when 2 years prior, it had been actually legal to discriminate against. So we have not moved that needle from a homeownership standpoint.
I bought a house in a neighborhood that is predominantly Black. I bought my house 7 years ago for $47.50 per square foot, which is pretty close to half of what it would cost to build a home the same size. So why was it so cheap? There was one land prospector that bought up properties. He bought up thousands of properties. He left these buildings abandoned and intentionally let them get run down so that the whole neighborhood looks terrible. That land prospector drove the housing prices into the ground, because if he can own a large enough area, he can get the city to eminent domain it and pay him for those properties. That one land prospector owned most of the properties in this area, and the city eminent domained it. They paid him for those properties, and they tore down all of the houses, forced everybody else out. And I always hear people say, well, why can't Black people take care of their neighborhoods? But what they don't know is that most of those properties all belong to the same white guy.
when it comes to communities of color, there's such a small percentage of families or organizations that own the majority of assets, and only a very small percentage of actual individuals own property in the neighborhood. I think that's fundamentally wrong.
Talking about wealth in our community, the net worth of the average homeowner is 40 times that.
That's right.
Of a renter. And if our communities, we don't own nothing, we're renters in these communities, what does that do to our ability to take care of ourselves financially?
We cannot rely on them. We have to be able to galvanize each other and be able and make it so that we own more. That's the fuck all everything else. The only way that we as a people are gonna elevate is through ownership of assets. Everything else is noise.
I think that was the last one right there. Yeah. Like 20 clips on that thing.
I forgot how many was on there.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, it just shows like even in the midst of going through what we was going through, like right during Jim Crow and everything, we was doing big things. Like lawyers, doctors, like politicians, everybody was doing well, owning property, owning land. And it's no better today than it was then. It might be a little worse now. So it's like, where do we go from here? If we talking about getting like, we're at the bottom of the list when it comes to wealth accumulation.
Right.
What are we gonna do about it?
Well, my thing is this. I think we got to realize that is what 4-5 generations later, and we're not the same people. That's a relic. Those days are gone. Like 1925 is not the same as 2025. The species has evolved or devolved.
I was gonna say change. I don't know.
Yeah. So we looking back in a rearview mirror too much. This was we were talking about as far as the Black history versus Black future. We gotta really come to a realization of like what's now? Like what's the now? The now is that we're not the same people. Those people had a communal sense. Those people had work ethic. Those people had togetherness. They had a cause. These children now don't have any of that stuff. Everything
it wasn't no government assistance, so you had to get out there and get it.
Yeah, so they had a work ethic. It was a different generation. Most of them had mom and daddy in the household. Now these are generation of men raised by women. It's totally different. There's before social engineering. So you got 100 years of social, almost close to 100 years of social engineering through the media. So it's gone. So you can't. The thinking that people we need to do this, we need to go like we used to. It's gone. It's gone. Like we so far removed from that. So you got to update the software to what's right now.
Yep. And
what's right now is that some people just ain't gonna make it. Some people, it ain't meant for a whole group of people that look like us. We're gonna have to first of all cross bridges, build bridges, and go with just like almost like reverse colonialization. All right, we're gonna have to marry into other cultures that's similar, and then make a whole different culture. And it might take a couple of different generations, but it's gonna have to be a subsect away from this culture.
Yeah,
it's gonna take some work. So you're gonna be whipping. It's like whipping a mule trying to make it a thoroughbred. You can whip the mule all you want. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it win the Kentucky Derby. An ass is not equipped to make to run a Kentucky Derby. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to whip an ass, trying to make it. It used to, it used to be a thoroughbred. Yeah, it was 4-5 generations. His great grandfather was a thoroughbred.
Right.
You keep mating with asses, all of a sudden you're ass. So we got to come to that realization. Just because your great grandparents were thoroughbreds, I don't mean you're a thoroughbred. You mix with ass. and you got a couple of generations of ass, and y'all ass right now. So let's keep it all the way funky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all the way real. We're not the same people. The work ethic is not there.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, so we got to look at it for what's right now. There's a few of us that got the work ethic, and we need to band together and do what we got to do. And capitalism ain't going though. I got a couple of clips coming on capitalism. We got to capitalize on the asses. All right, y'all want to be asses? All right, keep assing along. You know, stay asses. I'm not trying to convert you to a thoroughbred. Leave you where you at. You know.
Yep.
And they keep going. You know, all that. Right? It ain't right. Nah, this way it gotta be. You know, so all that other stuff, we gotta leave all that Philly stuff alone. The people that's rocking and rolling, let's keep rocking and rolling. And we're gonna have to be the leader. And then if they catch on, they don't fall by the wayside. And we're gonna have to breed thoroughbreds. Just like they seen they did it. They got these families together and they stayed tight knit, and the family's still wealthy to this day.
Yep.
Family, you got a daughter, I got a son. They marry together. Keep the bread. That's the only way to do it. It's in Genesis. You know what I'm saying? How you breed these families together, put these. That's how the only way you got to do it. You can't just you keep. Hey man, you gonna wake up and all of a sudden the light come on, and then you say some words. You say, "Oh, beautiful words." All right, I'm gonna change my life. Nah, man. Losers gonna be losers. You know what I'm saying? And if you program to lose, how you gonna expect winning outcomes from people that's programmed to lose?
Yeah.
All we doing is talking. Now to go to like,
and that's like the people complaining now about the system and everything. That first video showing all these people being successful in the middle of Jim Crow.
Right. That's gonna. But all this we got to they don't give us a chance, and you know what I'm saying, and all this other crying and all this pointing the finger on everybody. Why you failing is a matter of, do you get out there and want to build it for yourself?
Yep.
You know, or do we want to look good and feel good? Eat that catfish sandwich, like I talked about before. You want to eat that catfish sandwich instead of doing what you got to do and looking bad, and then you might not realize you might not be able to look good this generation. It might be set up for your kids to look good.
Yep.
You know, but we don't want to hear that. We want it now. We want to feel good. So it's even worse. So you're talking to the wrong people. You know, certain people it ain't happening. So I understand the passion of the dude at the last dude, but ain't no we. It's you, and then you know you find people like you, and then go from there. Ain't no we. Get that we out your mind.
Yep. Definitely gonna be you definitely gotta be mindful of who you connect with and look to build with.
Yeah, it's like, man, just build your own, and then you know once you're at the top, you know, get away from the riffraff. That way you distinguish. What's going to distinguish the riffraff from everybody else is the work. Yep. Show me your work, and then you know we got to get out of that blue democratic mind state of looking. All right, you check a box, that means we're the same. Nah, your work make you different. Show me your work. I don't hear nothing about your skin. Mm-hmm. I don't hear nothing about what you say you are, and I'm this and I'm that. Anybody can say I'm this and I'm that. Show me your work. And then let's discover. That's why I like the way it's back, the conservative way back. Meritocracy, a society based on merit. Show me your work, and then we can build off of that. I don't hear that yapping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, one of the middle clips, the home ownership. Yeah, you know, it's still the same. That's because, you know, like I said, the people's change. They ain't trying to. They'd rather. Man, we talked to somebody the other day. I told them all the advantages of. You know, renting versus 2 years versus homeowner 2 years, and they still, because they perceive it as easier, choose to rent. You know, so you can't talk to people.
We can only present the information.
You only can present the information. So I'm, you know, I can do it, you know, just till I'm blue in the face, and it still ain't gonna change that, man. The people is you know, is numb. That's why I figured out what numbskull means. The numbskull. You know, so it's like, man, you know, It's not penetrating, man. Ain't nothing penetrating. So like, all right, you wanna be broke, you wanna go ahead and make somebody else rich, you rent for $2,000 a month for 2 years. That's $50,000 right there. Instead of having that $50,000 in your pocket. We don't care about oh, this is easy. I think this is easy. I can go ahead and rent something. I ain't gotta mess with all that. What is all that? The paperwork is gonna be damn near the same.
Nah, it's easier to buy than it is to rent.
Right. But in our head, we think it's harder to buy. We get scared. I don't know.
Man, our purchase contract is 10 pages. The lease contract is almost 20. Almost double.
Right.
So you got that next one?
Yeah, let me go ahead and run this next.
Higher taxes, such as higher property taxes, to pay for these spending habits. And these property taxes, it's like you buy a home, you buy land, maybe you buy the home outright, but maybe you pay off a mortgage over 30 years. And then, okay, you've paid off the mortgage, you bought the land, you've been taxed many times. It's like, is it your property or not? Just for being on your property, you got to write a check to the government every year. So you're basically paying rent to the government to live on your own property. And our homestead exemption is not strong enough to help these folks because the property gets assessed so high. And that's the thing. If you buy a home for $300,000 and there's certain tax, well, then what? 10 years later, they say it's worth $700,000. And so, and they say, there's homestead stuff that helps protect you to a certain extent, but you're paying more for citizens to higher taxes, such as higher property taxes, to pay for these spending habits. And these property taxes, it's like you buy a home,
so
you buy land.
I think that's it.
You buy the home outright, but
on that, what is it? Sanders about to try to get rid of property taxes.
Yep.
Right.
In Florida.
I mean, everywhere else, I don't want to say everywhere else, a whole bunch of other nations, there is no property taxes.
Right.
It's just in the U.S. I mean, it's partly because they don't own land, but yeah, the tax on property is crazy.
Yep.
And
I think that, it makes sense. It only makes sense to me. And so Florida is just like Texas. They're another state that don't have state income tax.
Right.
So they get taxed on property like we do.
Right.
And I think another reason he's saying that is
the insurance.
Yeah, people can't, like, affordability in Florida is out the window. Like, it's through the roof actually, because you can't afford to have the home, and then the homeowner's insurance is even more than the mortgage. So we got the number one group of people relocating to Texas is California. Number two, Florida bumped out New York. Now everybody's coming from Florida.
Right.
So I think he's doing that also to stop people from leaving Florida to stay put.
Right. I mean, yeah, you got to be down there filthy rich in Florida because you get hit by at least three hurricanes a season.
Yeah, that insurance ain't no joke. If they can even get it.
Right. Right. Yeah, I didn't even renew my Florida license this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because this ain't nobody moving there and ain't no business out there.
Yeah.
So,
if they all going to Miami.
Right. Yeah, Miami.
And they stay getting hit by hurricane.
Right. I mean, that's going to be basically a luxury city, man. Because, like I said, you got to be luxury to stay out there. You got to be a millionaire there, at least to be status quo. Yep. Miami like the new Beverly Hills.
Power of proximity to greatness or proximity to intelligence is so powerful. In baseball, I wanted to be around Cal Ripken, Keith Hernandez, Doc Gooden, and Strawberry, because they had sets of skills that I needed and I wanted. And great athletes can copy and paste better than anyone.
In baseball skills.
In baseball. Now you go over now to business and it's the same exact drill. It's our community, Black and brown, the number one issue is self-esteem issue. And they don't want to engage. They don't want to engage in a business conversation because they don't want to be embarrassed.
That's right.
We're some of the most prideful people in the world, but we pay our rent on time. We're hardworking people. We have tremendous heart and grit. but we don't want to be embarrassed. That's why Shark Tank works so well. You get an education while getting entertainment. Your job as an American citizen, as a youngster, right? Man, boy, whatever you are, is to be around proximity of greatness. So if you find a great mentor from age 20 to 30, forget about the money. 20 to 30, go work for John. Go do an internship at A-Rock Corp. Go work for Magic. Paid nothing. Pay whatever you got. Get a roommate. But 20 to 30 is your extended education. And then once you get into the 30s, you open up that black book, how we say, your relationships, right? Because when you're 85, right, you look back, your net worth is going to resemble your net work.
Amen.
Right? So I had a mentor say, if you don't have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day to talk about money, you're falling behind because your competition is doing it.
That's right.
The power of proximity.
Right. I'll let you go ahead and comment on that while I pull up the.
Yeah, so that kind of made me think, because I thought I was doing okay scheduling like the occasional lunch, but you're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which makes sense because, you know, your energy, what you put your energy into that's the momentum you build with what follows, as far as like, you know, getting the benefits from it. So if you focusing all day on the grind and being great and being successful, you definitely got to surround yourself with people that's on the same page or doing better than you are, so you can learn something. So I was like, man, yeah, I need to rethink how I'm operating, how I'm moving.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling somebody this yesterday, trying to mentor this kid. This kid is 18. But I wish, just saying this because I wish I had somebody tell me this at 18. Like, but most of these kids like head in the clouds is goofy. They kind of not taking anything serious right now. This Generation Z, is just like I said, they're not serious about life. They think everything's a game. They think it's a joke. They think it's crazy. So
yeah, and that's the thing too, is like you got to have that drive and that hunger in yourself, because like a mentor ain't coming to look to mentor you. Like, you need to be going to find you a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got to have something within yourself to say, hey, I'm gonna find out, who's doing what in the path that I want to go in, and go find out who it is and connect with them. Because you could even connect with him, but he might not even be able or have the ability to mentor you at the time. But just getting out there, I don't see a lot of that happening with the youngsters.
Right. So, I mean, yeah,
that's like, we were talking about before, even like 20s and 30s is when you need to start building those high earning skills.
Right.
You also need to learn how to market those skills and brand yourself.
Right.
So it's multifaceted.
I think, like I said, a lot of this new generation, they take everything for like a game, and they don't understand is everything got to be built from scratch. It's all on what you build. So relationships ain't just gonna fall out the sky. Money just ain't gonna fall out the sky. Everything has to be built, and you got to take something serious, in order to get this. Everything got to be serious. Everything got to be deliberate. You just can't. Let's find out. Let's see how it goes, and then be successful.
Right.
Everything got to be deliberate. So I think that's what he's saying. Like, as far as taking everything and make it mean something. Every swing of the ball, every snap of the ball, every swing of the bat, every free throw and layup counts. So like everything counts. So
yeah, I like what he said too. Is like don't worry about the money right now. If you can go get that connection and get that experience, then the money's gonna come.
Yeah, Wallow said that on the video we were talking about last week.
Quick leagues don't exist unless you just hit the lottery or something.
Right. Well, that's what they.
Are you doing something shady, and then you're more likely gonna end up losing it?
That's what I think. That's what the young you think. They think, all right, I'm gonna look up and get this job, the 6-figure job. Somebody gonna like me for me, think I'm cute or something, and hire me.
Well, Well, that's just like the last video on the previous. Is like we can't rely on that.
Right. Well, that's I'm just giving you their mentality. I'm just trying to probe and see like what's their logic. So they hoping somebody like them or some rando and give them an opportunity, give them a job that's making 6 figures without the skills, and they're gonna train them to make 6 figures. Or they thinking they're gonna hit, become influencer, be hit, try something to take off or something like that.
They go viral and then
they go viral, just take all the niggas seem so easy and stuff like that. So that's all I think I hear. That they don't really have no game plan. Not no long-term plan. Everything is right for the moment. Everything is feel good now. There's no long-term strategy. And when you don't have no long-term strategy, you're gonna, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Plan to fail, you fail to plan. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It's reciprocal. And I think what happens with most kids is that they wake up and they're 30 and they're still on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't had no target what you trying to hit. Then if they do have a target, they don't have no pragmatic way. All right, how I'm going to hit this target?
Right.
So I know sports teach a lot of people that sports and karate and the discipline and stuff like that, but a lot of people not into that. A lot of people super duper willy nilly with it.
Yeah, just like I said a couple shows ago, it's like goals without actions is just dream.
Right. It's a hallucination.
You sit there and look up in the sky all day long. If you don't put foot to pavement, get out there and get it.
Without the work. I would like to welcome Corey. I know you, like I said, luckily you ain't got another mind. I still got a bunch of clips.
Corey made it out the garage.
Come on now. you like the couch and the fireplace, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice scenery around this joint.
Got the grand piano.
Come on, man, the baby grand back there. You see it?
All right, cool.
What's up, bro?
So this is the last one of CJ clips. I don't know what's on it, so let's run this.
Shoot, I about don't remember.
Yeah, so this is the last one of yours.
Not a wealthy family by any means. We ain't got nothing but love. That's all we got is love.
Welcome to Lineville, Alabama, where there is a such thing as the perfect family. In the small town in Clay County, population 2,257. 22 of that total belongs to Samuel and Betty Jo Hardy. Careful when driving by, like the sign says, slow, children playing, at least 18. 15 girls and 7 boys, no twins, all healthy, all happy. You have to see it to believe it. The trouble is, not many people do.
I be trying to explain, but don't nobody believe. They say they believe, but they just want to come, see what they say. So they come, they still don't believe. So I don't.
That's Mother Hardy, who at 41 and with so much energy and love for her kids, has had a child about every 11 months, ever since she was 15.
Went on to 20. I said, well, I know them through now. Went on to 21. I said, well, I know them through now. Went on to 22. I said, no more.
After 22, you said no?
No more, no more. No more.
15 wasn't enough?
I don't reckon it was.
All in all, there are 25 mouths to feed. Food stamps, which is the only government assistance the family receives, help buy about $150 worth of groceries a week. As for clothes, well, Mother Hardy washes 3 to 4 loads a day, and there's enough for everyone. Her kids chip in to help manage the 8-room house, including 4 bedrooms, which sleeps about 4 to a bed.
You all are not a wealthy family by any means. We ain't got nothing but love. That's all we got is love.
It is an understatement to say that there's never a dull moment here at the Hardy camp. But for Samuel and Betty Jo,
I was hoping that's them. You know what I'm saying?
I thought we was going through a 2020 segment. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was going to go for a minute.
I'd like to thank CJ. That's 2 minutes I ain't never going to get back into my life. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you go. I don't know what. I
know it's kind
while I was in there.
This was my thought. I know it's kind of extreme, but it was like, all right, you got a couple that don't have much as far as means, but they happy. But nowadays, we got people maybe we don't even have but one kid and can't make it. So it's like, what shifted from then until now with people being able to live together, work together, be happy together? I know that's kind of extreme, like having 22 kids, but I'm just talking about that from the standpoint of, all right, we together, and that was enough.
I looked at it a totally different way. What I seen was I seen lack of discipline and lack of focus, lack of unless
it was some focus. It was just in a
wrong focus on the wrong thing.
It was a lot of discipline too.
Right. You got to
get it in. Look, get it in. I'm ovulating. Let's go.
Right. Lack of discipline. Because think about it. I think what happened is, like I said, you always got to plan out. That's what I say. Estate planning, family planning, and it wasn't well thought out. If you got 4 to a bed, you got 25 people in that small house, and you need government assistance. $150 back in the day, that was a lot of money. That was $600 worth of food stamps. That's a lot back then, because you can get $100 worth of groceries. But then again, you got 25 miles to feed, so
right.
You a bowl ain't gonna a big pot of neck bones ain't gonna do it. You might need 2 pots. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just you gotta, I see it as the same. It's synonymous with a person that has spending habits. You got a child habit. You gotta, your pull-out game is super duper weak. Unless you planned on
pull-out game don't exist over there.
Don't exist. Like you have no pull-out game. You could have had your vasectomy out of 3. You know what I'm saying, for free. Boy, did on the free. But unless you plan on just wanted to spread your seed like that and just have a big family, but you gotta have the means to have that. You can't be relying on the government to go ahead and help you out if you can't afford it. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
It
was interesting that they was only getting food stamps. They wasn't getting Section 8 or nothing else.
Right.
And making it.
They definitely got Section 8. I'm not sure when it came into existence, but they definitely could have gotten it.
Yeah.
They was definitely busy. That's for certain. That's for certain. But I'm saying, it's when you look at a lot of shows and you look at a lot of relationships as it sits, because that was 1985, as it sits back then, that was kind of the thing in the Black community, was to have large families. Now, did a lot of people have families that large? No. But I'm saying a lot of people did want to have families that were not your standard 2 or 3 kids. So that wasn't too out of the norm, but they made do. However they made, with just one side of government assistance, they made do. So I commend them for that.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Even in this, but that's like mid 80s though, bro. Everybody wasn't having a lot of kids back then like that.
My grandparents had like 12 kids, but they could afford it.
Like generation before I was, but our age, it was 1 and 2, maybe 3. That's about it.
Well, like I said, it's
like the rabbits over there.
Poor family planning at best, and it's just, you gotta be disciplined if you can't afford, unless that was your goal. But at the same time, you got to put it to where it's manageable, where you don't have to reach out for nobody else to help you with your decisions. That's what I'm standing on. Like, if you in this country, you got the right to do what you want, but you shouldn't involve nobody else if you can't afford to do what you want. Or, you can do what you want. Don't put nobody else in what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to take care, or we had to take care of part of them kids, because it's your decision. You couldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead with the next one. This is one of the first ones. I got a little hodgepodge. I got a little controversial. I got a little ratchet. I got a little everything on mine. So I got a few different ones, man. So
here we go.
So let's go ahead and run it.
Got a lot of work to do. And what we lost in 40 years, and niggas want to talk about who the real Jews. I don't give a fuck.
Don't really care.
I don't give a fuck about who the real Jews is, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Grand Canyon and how to walk to Africa. I don't give a fuck about the Anunnaki. I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck? This ain't no shit I could prove. I could prove them niggas put crack in our neighborhoods. I could prove that this shit has afflicted us. I could prove this shit destroyed our communities. I could prove this shit killed hundreds of thousands, if not millions of black men or incarcerated them. I could prove that shit. I could prove there was a lot of mothers left out here to do this shit on their own and integrate into the corporate world to take care of their fucking kids. I could prove that I had to stay home all day with my motherfucking sisters and being watched by, and a lot of young black girls had to become mothers themselves at young age. Prove that shit. Can't prove no fucking Anunnaki. Come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Nigga don't give a fuck about no spaceships, nigga. Nigga don't give a fuck about that shit. Y'all niggas be worried about dumb shit. Cause that shit soothes because you're trying to detach from the reality. And the reality is 3-letter organizations destroyed your fucking community and left you in the remnants. And you living in the effects of it, and you don't know how to fucking, you don't know how to wrap your mind around that. You don't see a way out. You feel hopeless. Let me look in the motherfucking sky. Man, get that shit up out of here, bro. I mean, on that bullshit, you ain't gonna save nobody like that. You might as well go back to Jesus. You want to sit here and talk Jesus all day. We had community when we was in the church. Ain't no fucking community that's looking in the motherfucking sky for no Anunnaki, nigga. Y'all niggas be focused on dumb shit because you detach them from reality. You disassociate because the work is hard. Community is hard. Getting back to base and get back to square one and loving yourself again, starting with loving yourself and then having to love your brother or your sister the way you love yourself, that shit is hard. Opening up a restaurant and not treating your fucking customers like they clientele is hard. When the only time you seen niggas get money is by treating their customers like shit because the niggas is addicted to crack. Do the hard work. It's hard to go to school and learn a trade and learn how to be an electrician. You got to apply your mind, but you was always getting kicked out of school. That's hard. Teacher was always picking on you, putting you out of class. We know those statistics. We know why you don't like going to school. But that's the shit the government required you to do. Go do something for yourself. Find something that you're interested in. Do something with your hands, nigga. Do something with your mind besides destroy. Learn how to build something. All you niggas want to do is destroy shit. And you think that's something to brag about. Nigga, you already living in destruction. You gonna knock down some more? You ain't gonna find out how to start putting the bricks back together? You don't want to see what's underneath that rubble? You just want to keep breaking shit? Then go to prison for 6 months, 6 years, come back up, pack the fuck up, wall your body up, and start telling niggas about the Grand Canyon? Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Y'all niggas be addicted to esoteric bullshit. That's how you end up in cults. That shit dumb. Do knowledge that you can really see. Stop letting niggas play with your fucking imagination because they disassociated from reality and they charismatic. We got a lot of work to do.
That man gonna give himself a heart attack. God damn. Shit.
We on the scene. I don't know the cat name, but I think his podcast Grits and Eggs. I mean, shout out to anybody trying to do things, but I could kind of see when he says sisters, I kind of see the emotion. I know he probably had a lot of female energy around him. I can kind of tell by the emotions he's going through and stuff like that and all that, how he expressed himself and stuff like that. My comment on it is like, I get what you're saying, but I stand on this and I stand on this unless you know as above, so below. And there ain't no below without above. If you can't understand what's going on a higher level, you're never gonna get the down here together. You know what I'm saying? So you need both. If you understand the higher plane, you ain't gonna get nothing going down here. It all works together. So yeah, you can do the knowledge was here, but this is on the base level. But if you ain't got nothing higher, the guide you ain't nothing gonna shake. And I stand on that. So I'll let y'all. Huh?
CJ?
I mean, yeah, I can see the brother frustrated, but at the same time, kind of like to B's point, it is there has to be a knowledge of self included in what you do and how you move, and you got to realize that there are powers outside of us that influence what we do. Like we think 3D, but this joint is quantum.
Right. And then, like I said, the touch on what he was saying, the latter part, I know he kind of morphed it, into the other stuff as well. Yeah, I get, like I said, I've always talked about going, getting trades and doing the hard work. This is what we talk about all the time on the podcast, doing the work, so definitely agree with him on that. But the only thing I disagree. I mean, I get it. You got to focus on. There are people that just want to intellectually masturbate. I get that. You know what I mean? So, but again, having the knowledge, all the knowledge in the world without action is dead. So I'm all about action. So, but you can't move and just move and don't have no target. You know what I'm saying? So that's what arm, leg, arm, head. Without a head, you just a body just moving. So yeah, you can move. But you need that body for direction. You need that head for direction.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
amen.
Anything else before I flip to the next one?
Not at all.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and rock this. Man, at first I thought this was my boy Bobby Hemmett, but this is a different Bobby.
Why we lost the battle in the 60s? Why you never hear nobody talk about the 70s? How many of you people here talk about the 70s? Nobody. Everybody, boy, in the 60s. And here we are in the 80s. Nobody talk. Because in the 70s, those whites regrouped and wiped us out. You see, here's what happened. White women saw their men in trouble. And like all female animals, anytime the male gets in trouble, the female will attack. That is a law of nature. A law of nature. If you don't believe it, we can prove it in a zoo anytime you want to. Now, what happened, white women came out and captured our women and convinced us that white women were not as racist as white men. And convinced us, or convinced our women, that they would place them above their husbands, their brothers, their lovers, their children, their sons, and we went. Then the white gays came out and convinced our gays it was a gay struggle. And stole our gays, Okay? White students came out and grabbed our black students, said it was a student struggle, and wiped out our black students. And all of a sudden, we up to wondering, where's the fight? Why we lost the battle in the 60s. Why you never hear nobody talk about
that boy sounds just like Bobby Hemmett, though, but this is a different Bobby, though. I thought that was Bobby Hemmett. The old thing of Bobby Hemmett, man. But what you think? That's right up your alley. You know what I'm saying? Chris.
It's right up my alley.
Yeah, you like them old clips and retro.
Hey, look, that was your clip though. Shit, I got there. Talking about CJ like.
You're talking about mine. He was older than mine.
Yeah. Hey, look, at least CJ's was 85. You went back to the 70s.
Nah, that was 80s. That was 80s.
Man, that looked like 70s.
Yeah, it said 70s on there, B. You might want to run that back.
He said, here we are in the 80s. He said,
I didn't say that, but it looked like 70s.
Right. But you know that 81 was basically a continuation of the 70s.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard other people mention the same thing as far as like the feminist movement and all these movements that happened in the 70s, and it kind of like added more division in the community.
Right.
Because I think that's when I forgot who said it, but they were talking about how that was the start, or not the start, but when things really got bad between the destruction of the black family really escalated or increased exponentially around that time.
Right. That 70s.
Yep.
Right. Latchkey kids. We were the first latchkey generation. You know, dad got put out the house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something.
Right.
Couldn't have him in there if you wanted that wick.
Right. All right, let's I'm about to hit the next one. I mean, just to give my 2 cents on it. I mean, like I said, I've always said that we were the canary in the coal mine. You know, it started that, and then, like I said, they tried to come in on, like I said, eventually get to the mainstream, and the mainstream fought back. Like, nah, we ain't doing this. We're getting back to the traditional, household. So they clapped back with this last election. So, but they were trying to whittle it all the way down, the family structure, all the way down. So, but they don't have that, So, but we were the first to go. We were the first to, boom, get taken out like that. And that was the CJ's early clip. That was part of what we were talking about early with the first clip. Like, 1925 different than 2025. We had this. We 50 years into this. So it's not the same. So generations down is not the same. It's not the same people. Just like if you do a carbon copy, if you take a copy, a ditto, I don't know if you remember ditto paper and stuff like that. You take that copy, now it's the master, you copy it again, then you copy it again. By the time you get to the fourth, fifth time, that thing all fuzzy.
Yes, sure. Probably saying something different.
You might be seeing something totally different. Everything run together. So that's we 5 generations removed from what that first clip we played. So with that being said, we're not the same people. Then we got these movements that came in and took the dad out the house. So like you can't. The rules don't apply to them. We just living in the past at this point.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and hit this next one, man. Bam.
$15%. Here's the kicker. If you sit within 25 feet of a low performer, your own performance decreases by 30%. This means that our negative emotions are more contagious. That if you're around people who are low performers, whatever that means to you, who have negative cues, who are feeling anxious or tired or low confident, you could catch those cues and that affects your own performance. This is why it is incredibly critical to invest in the 5 people who you spend the most time with. You want to make sure those 5 people are the cues you want to catch. Do you like the cues they're sending? Do they give you the right motivation, feelings? Do they make you feel liked? Do they make you a better version of yourself?
I don't know what the end was right here, but
man, what you on?
Exactly. Exactly. God dang, B. Caught you slipping, brother. Caught you slipping.
I think what
caught him slipping.
I think what happened. I think what happened, if you look at this is his actual page. So I think he hacked that clip and just put himself at the end. That's what I think happened.
Boy, look, everybody want to go to the hack. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it blame on the hack.
Now look at it. Now look at it.
Woo!
Hey, well, back to the video.
Now look at it. This dude page right here. So he probably took that clip and
that was the next video on his page. Is that what we trying to say?
Nah, that was his page right there. The video, the beginning was the actual. We've seen it a million times. Was the video? He stole that video and just put himself at the end. But the video was fire. I mean, it's excluding the end. So
she's saying she putting a little more data to it, but saying the same thing that A-Rod was saying in my video.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's echoing. I mean, but she put the science behind it, like as far as like, with the emotion.
It's real though. Like I know y'all have like been around people and like something ain't right with them. I don't like the energy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like whenever I get that inkling, I get that feeling about somebody, I move on. Like I get up out of there.
Right.
Before I try to hang around and be cool or whatever, I ain't got time for that now.
Right. I definitely think, I'm saying, kind of to what she alluded to, is that people get complacent if they're at the same status or they're above the people that they're hanging around. The people that they're spending the most time with, there's not really a desire or motivation to do better. Now, you get to a place where, you're invited to go to a party where cats pulling up in Bentleys and Rolls Royces and things like that, and you're in that type of atmosphere, it automatically makes you motivated because I need to get to that status in order to get those things. But I think, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have those people close to you, you just become complacent. And I think it's overwhelmingly a human emotion for people to become complacent depending on the people that they're around. That's why they say the inner circle, you need to always be hanging around people that's doing better than you. That's going to continue to motivate you to do better in life. So I definitely 100% agree with what she was saying. She just kind of put it a little bit more eloquently than I could have.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about those numbers. That's like that's interesting. Just you might not even have a conversation with the person, but just to be in the same room with them or be close to them, they affect you like that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I liked when it left corporate America and like to work for myself, because now I don't have to be around those people, you know. And then, like I said, in corporate America, they don't really, you know, they always judge a book by its cover. So I never got the benefit of the doubt. Everybody always gonna typecast me, and you know what I'm saying. So I never got the cheerful, and I always get the gloom and the negative. You know what I'm saying? So because it's intimidation, so I'm not gonna get the cheery. You know, I'm always gonna get the you know, and hey, you know, I'm always gonna get that. So I flourish a lot better if I'm in control of my own thing, or if I work on my own. That way I could eat off my own fruit, eat off my own laurels, not be in control of somebody else's emotions. I mean, have to survive off somebody else's emotions. You know what I mean? So I'm never gonna get a fair shake. So that's one of the reasons I got into the mortgage game. I like to work on my own. You know what I mean? Find a way. You know what I mean? Because yeah, negative people, they can always loop something negative based on my exterior. So, you know, and this perfect setup for this next clip. You got to find a way instead of, you know, blaming everybody else. Just find a way to switch it up. You know what I mean? So, boom, let's go. This is going to be controversial. Let the controversy begin.
Yes. You're learning about the civil rights struggle.
Yes.
You're learning about the Ku Klux Klan, the history of racism, right? When you came, didn't you worry that racism would keep you from fulfilling your ambitions? That didn't slow you down.
No.
Why?
No.
Didn't you read the news?
Well,
don't you know there's racism in America?
Let me tell you something. You experience racism everywhere. In Nigeria and most African countries, white people are treated like royalty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes in Nigeria, you can't get a business unless you have a white person beside you.
Mm-hmm.
The bank is not going to loan you no money.
You know, coming from Missouri, it was very socially segregated, you know, and no matter how I straightened my hair, no matter how I tried to sound articulate, you're Black. You have more money than me. You're still black.
Right.
And sometimes Africans didn't see that. They just thought, well, how can you people be like this when you got all this, you know, but it was different.
Yeah, ask the police.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
What they going to do? Not beat you over the head because you say, oh, I'm not like them. I'm a Nigerian. Yeah. You were reading about America.
Yes.
You're in school. You're learning about the civil rights struggle.
All right, let's hear it. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it. I heard the victim Olympics at the end. You know, it is PBS, CBS, PBS, all that. So you know, the host was singing the blues. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I agree with the brother from Nigeria. You know, I mean, you could use anything as an excuse. If racism is your excuse, they got forms of racism everywhere. If altitude your excuse, you got altitude and you know everywhere. You know, if sunny outside is your excuse, it's sunny outside everywhere. So whatever your excuse is, you could use it, you could sell it. Don't matter. People only respect results. So it's either you're gonna do it and get it done or you're not. And then crying about it, I know it gives you that dopamine hit. It feels good, especially if people buying your story. But it's still, at the end of the day, it's not going to yield those results. You're still at the same spot. So either you're going to get it done or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, all that, all the excuses, it don't mean a hill of beans. I know it make you feel good at the time, but it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, like And I keep going back to my first video when they were owning land, being successful, and doing all that in the middle of Jim Crow. It ain't no excuses now to just because somebody look at you crazy and think somebody after you. Like, they had to go through some things back then that's way worse than what we have to deal with.
Right. So what's the excuse?
Yeah, ain't no excuse.
Right. So
because shoot, other people doing it.
Right.
It'll be something if nobody was being successful.
Right. Then you might say, all right, something
Right.
over the game. Ain't no winners. You know what I'm saying? Would you go to a casino? Ain't nobody win? You know what I'm saying? So
right. We got so many people out here winning. For me not.
I think it's a fine line, you know what I'm saying? You got to see both sides from it. Yeah, complaining, you know what I'm saying, doesn't do anything without action, right? But bringing awareness to a problem does do something about the action. I think, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about history and we talk about racism and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, nothing has ever been done without bringing awareness to it. Not necessarily just 100% writing it off as just complaining, but, you know what I'm saying, we're bringing awareness to a problem for something to be done about it or it be resolved. Now, if you're just complaining and there's no action behind it, you're not doing anything. You're not bringing people along. You're not doing interviews to bring it to people's attention, make it a public outcry. How many times have a Black person been shot and nothing has been done about it until they got on the news and made it media problem, media attention, and brought it to everybody? Not necessarily that they're complaining, they're just bringing awareness to it. So you have to see both sides of the coin. Yes, complaining doesn't necessarily get you anything without action, but if there is something that's being done wrong and something that, you know, some kind of racism, discrimination of any kind or whatever the case may be, I mean, we have the right to go to a platform and talk about it, to bring awareness to it, because nothing has ever been done without bringing awareness to a problem.
You ever heard the expression talk is cheap? You know, so talking about it, you know.
Hold on, you said what? Expression talk is cheap.
Yeah, you ever heard that expression talk is cheap? You know, so all right,
Never heard that one.
Yeah, talk is cheap, especially in the United States. Talk is cheap. So you got other ways of bringing awareness to things. So you're gonna sit there and talk about it on podcasts, but when voting time comes, especially during the local election, you don't show up. When it comes time to talk about it at City Hall or City Council, nobody show up. You know, we sit there and march. What has the marches done? You know, where's your dollars to get together to put your people in place that you want to run for political office? Where's your dollar backing these people? The dollar backing these people going to Louis Vuitton and Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't putting your money where your mouth is. Talk is cheap. So put your money where your mouth is. Put the people that you want to put in office. Make that person the sheriff that you want. That's on that your side is against police brutality instead of talking about it and crying about it. Put your money against somebody who promises you something, and put him in office.
I would challenge that, but it's easier said than done, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about talk is cheap, if nobody was talking and marching, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't have police officers getting prosecuted years later for a crime that they committed a year or 2 years ago, right? Because you know what I'm saying, there's been awareness brought to it to put pressure on people to hold people accountable at the end of the day. So you can sit there and talk about examples, and those are good examples. I'm not saying they're not good examples, but what I'm saying is there's other examples where talk is not cheap. Talk and actually bringing awareness to something has actually gotten results. But you know what I'm saying, you can't sit here and say one group of people are going to sit here and just appoint somebody to be the senator, to be the mayor, to be the governor, to be the president. Like, one group of people can't necessarily do that. You have to have a collective in order to do that, because it's all a voting at the end of the day. It's a democracy.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, it's easier said to be done. You could go and vote. That doesn't necessarily make your voice any less prevalent than anybody else.
No,
or it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, your talk is cheap, even though you go and vote. You just didn't have enough numbers to go vote. That's all that is.
Did the LGBT 10 years ago, 15 years ago, did we hear anything about LGBTQ? Did they not mobilize and make themselves mainstream?
They did, but how did they do that though?
They did it in the streets. Nah, they ain't just talk about it.
No,
They
it
ain't
was a
just talk
wedge.
about it.
Oh, they definitely talked about it.
Nah,
B,
but they
it was
just talk about it.
it was a ton of interviews,
Nah.
news segments, and everything else that was done.
Nope. Now,
So
see,
then what did they do,
CJ
B?
is my witness. CJ
What
is
did
my
they do,
witness.
B?
CJ
What did
is
they
my
do?
witness. I'm gonna ask
All
CJ a straight question. When we talked to the judge, let's remain nameless. Who did he say always back his campaign and put their money where their mouth is?
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Yep.
they put their money where their mouth was. Pause. And got stuff passed. And then that's how this works. You back that candidate with your bread, and then when he gets in office, he has no choice because you got him there.
But that's what that's what we like. I talked about a long time ago with Dr. Claude Anderson book, Powernomics. It's like you got to have an economic base. We worry about politics too much before we like have an economic base because we got to do like everybody else and pay them.
Right.
Like you can't sit here and cry thinking you're gonna get something, and they're gonna promise you something to get your vote, and then they get in there, they don't do nothing for you.
Look,
but if you got that bread
when you talk about politics, you know what I'm saying, there's nobody doubting that bread is going to actually get you things that you don't. There's plenty of lobbyists. There's plenty of lobbyists that we've seen that's thrown bread behind a lot of these builders to actually do the legal stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying, and not nothing to be done about it. So you know what I'm saying. I mean, there's plenty of examples of that, but there's plenty of examples of where you know what I'm saying people don't have to necessarily spend out billions of dollars just to be able to get their way. That's all I'm saying. So you're saying two things can be right.
I mean,
You're banking, but you're banking, the democracy of a whole country or a whole world based upon what one judge said.
No, but
really,
nah. One of my point about saying that,
but that was your example. We're talking about
we
one
hear
judge.
it straight from the horse's mouth.
That was your voting panel. Was one judge.
No, there's one thing that me and CJ heard in common that we could both agree on because we both was there and we heard it. That's why I brought that up. I'm not just basing it on the one judge. I'm getting him the cosign because we both heard the same thing. We both was sitting, we were standing next to each
And I'm
other.
not saying y'all didn't hear that, but all I'm saying is that you're saying your opinion is solely formulated based upon what one judge said. That's what you just said.
That was a confirmation of what I've read.
Right. That I knew that because we both was there and we both on the panel talking
so
right
it's
now.
like, oh yeah, it's really real.
Right.
But you see
Well, that's why
you see the politics. You seeing it now.
Yeah, you did. You is.
The biggest
I'm not denying
contributors
that.
end up getting selected to your cabinet. The people that supported you the most and showed you love, they gonna get favoritism when that person gets in office.
And that's how this works. We you can't say we ain't got no money because we be lined up for them Black Friday sale. We be lined up for them Jordans. We got bread. We just choose to spend it on BS and then cry about we don't get the results.
You're gonna get that income tax and go buy a Gucci purse,
Right.
Gucci belt.
I seen somebody had a whole fried shark. I should have started. You know what I'm saying? The caption was income tax season. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
So
Right,
what's
the catfish sandwich? The catfish
so then
sandwich.
What's the best money spent in order not to be discriminated against?
What you mean?
So you know what I'm saying you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the sole democracy is just spending money to whatever candidate or whatever the case may be in order to get what you want. So if we pulled all that retail money and stopped buying sharks, stop buying a whole bunch of food, stop buying Jordans, and we put that money towards something, what are you trying to say, B, that we need to put that money towards?
All right, so I would say this. Number one would be get your own to run, hoist him up, and put money behind his campaign for him to win. So now you got local people that I had selected this person because I know his values, I know how he thinks, and I'm gonna put money behind him, and we're gonna help him get the motion to win. That way, when he get in office, I already know his ideals, his values align with mine. Not just all right. Oh, this is who we got. Let me go ahead and select him because he got a D by his name, and I don't know him from jack shit. So put your money in people that you know, and that have your common interests. And that's how you get things done, not just hoping to
Shoot,
win.
they might not even have your common interest. You tell them, hey, I'm gonna give you this, and this is what I want you to do. Like when you get in,
You could do that way too, but I'm saying organically get somebody. You know, you got a group of people together. You know what I'm saying, and you know, hey, this is a good dude. You can run. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Let's go and get you. Let's put our money together instead of buying this new house. Or this Ferrari that we all got money. Let's go ahead and get you in office because I'm tired of seeing this, and I know you against this. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's use my celebrity. I'm gonna use whatever I got to do to get you elected. And we all come together. People buy in, and that's how everybody else do it.
yep. And not just that, it's like, yeah, for example, you might give them some bread, then you might throw an event for them where like a dinner, and it's like $1,000 a plate.
Right. And you go from there, take off from there. People, I like this guy. I like this guy. Boom, boom, boom. And then before you know, you got boom. And then he go back. He pull a ladder and bring people up. Boom. All right. Boom. I'm co-signing for him. I'm co-signing for him. Before you know it, now I changed my scope. And that's how we used to do it in the 1800s. I don't know what happened. We got this consumerism, and then now we spend it on what I'm about to play next, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is what it's turned out to. This is 2020.
Hey, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what? I get all kinds of snacks while I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, paying no bills. No bills. I'm on government assistance. My son back there with his stats, government assistance, 3 canned food. Okay, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what?
Why are you mad, man? Why are you mad? She get the 3 canned food stamps, man. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have chilling. Her son look like older than me. You know what I'm saying? With the pretzels and the Kit Kats. You know what
I need to talk to the producers because the video clips that we coming up with is asinine.
Right.
You mean to tell me out of the millions and billions of videos, you know what I'm saying, the only thing we can talk about or show is black people, you know what I'm saying, in poverty, black people on food stamp, black people Section 8, you know what I'm saying? There's no positive light in what black people got going on and the culture has going on, B. We got four African Americans on this panel, and you mean to tell me we can't find no positive videos? That's the best we can show?
It is.
I need to talk to the producers. I need to talk to the producers, brother. Because you know what I'm saying, we trying to make a point. Are we trying to make a point to help the people, or are we trying to make a point to rag on the people? What we trying to do, B?
This is helping. Is that tough love?
That's what this is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear you.
See, this is the problem with
with
the Blue Nation. They don't want to offend nobody, but sometimes that shame is what got you straight. Back in the day, they used to shame single mothers. They used to shame promiscuous women. They used to shame your ass if you was on Section 8. It wasn't a pride thing. Now they happy. They waving their snacks in front of the camera and stuff. Pride, happy to be lazy, happy to be a degenerate, happy to be an underachiever. So this is the problem. So until we bring that shame back, how can you have no accountability with a person that has no shame? That's like somebody swearing on the Bible, an atheist swearing on the Bible. They have no shame. So how you gonna hold them accountable? If they don't do it, they don't have no shame about it. How can you know what I'm saying? So we need to bring the shame back and then stop worrying about who we offending. You know what I'm saying?
Who we shaming though? Are we shaming everybody, or we just shaming one culture? Because as of right now, it seems like we just shaming one culture, which you know what I'm saying is ridiculous. All I'm saying is that you have a point, but you have a point, you know what I'm saying, with some people, right? But what about the other side of the coin, right? Let's not show one side of the coin. The other side of the coin where people have pulled themselves up from the bootstraps to create $1 million business, where are those video clips? We're not showing those.
So we never showed none of those.
So name one, B.
Oh my God. So we never
name
showed
one.
So I could name
What
4
the
5 on the
producers
top
at?
of the head.
Let me hold on. The producers in my ear. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Hold on. Let me see if we got a positive video. We got a positive video coming up.
All right. So All right,
We
so
got a positive video coming up.
All right, I'm gonna name about 3 or 4 real quick.
about black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Not something else outside of black people. We got a positive video coming up about black people. Okay. The producer just said it in my ear.
All right,
It's
so
coming up.
if I name 3 or 4, and then I'm gonna go ahead and consummate my point here. Didn't I not have the mobile home mommy, where she made all that bread off of mobile homes? We had that on there. We had plenty of clips by the Acre Boys talking about land. You know how they acquired land. We had the clip about these group of dudes that saved like $150 a week, and they brought this piece of land. We had the story about the dude that almost died, and he had the epiphany, he became a millionaire and stuff like that. We had that on the show. We had so many positive clips, so knock it off with that. I'm not buying that one. That's a stretch on that.
I mean, I don't know how you buying that one. I mean, how you not buying that one? Because I mean, you're saying
we had.
Hey, look, I must have missed those podcasts.
We had the whole discussion about the dude that Mr. Chime Time, that the dude that had the confrontation, that had the settlement with the dude that he bashed his restaurant. That was a positive clip. So knock it off with that. Come on, another one. So we have positive clips all the time.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
But this right here needs to be said, because we don't address this stuff. Like, man, some days we need to be ashamed of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Some things it need to be shown. You know, instead of sticking your head to say we need to be ashamed of ourselves. You know, that's the only time some things get better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about it. We talk about it. We talk about the whole thing. And start off with CJ's clip is how 100 years has changed. The whole thing. We're not the same people. That's the theme of this show.
We're not the same, and the numbers show it as far as
the numbers show
the home ownership and everything too.
Right. This
it
is
ain't changed.
And when we talk about how you're around the people, you're around the negative people, and it makes your performance go down, all of you go see the theme of this. This is what we're talking about. So you're around this and you accept this, it's gonna make you worse. And you don't want to talk about it. You want to talk about the positive stuff. Yeah. But if a person's sick and you don't know why you're sick, because you're around this, and you CJ just said you accepting the status quo, it's gonna make you wrong, but you don't want to talk about it. How you gonna know it's wrong if somebody don't come out like, hey man, y'all tripping with this?
So to go back to this, you know what I'm saying? Number one, you just proving my point where talk is not cheap. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely just proved my point, and I appreciate that. Now, the second thing is that the only thing I'm asking for is balance. Nobody said that we didn't have to hold anybody accountable. All I'm saying is just have some balance to it. Like, let's just stop with all the negative videos. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about, okay, well, look, you know what I'm saying? We have to bring these things up, bring awareness to these things in order for them to get better, which is my point again, but whatever. All I'm saying is that let's have a balance. Positive, negative. Not negative. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, all of it was a negative. We just had the one with the white woman was a positive video, actually, because she was bringing stats. That was a positive video. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're talking about. That was facts.
Yeah,
that was neutral.
Who was it coming from?
That was coming from this neutral. That ain't had nothing to do
So
with
you
it.
mean to tell me? Okay, so we got a video with a black person coming up with positive?
Yeah,
because everything has been negative so far.
This next one, to show I'm not biased, this next one even getting on me. This next one I'm guilty of. So I should be ashamed of myself. So I want you to show this is all about getting better. So this next one, even talking about me. You know what I'm saying? So let's
get better then.
Yeah.
All right.
So you like that. If it bash me, you like that.
Yeah, I do. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Doing stuff like going to a fast food restaurant every other night, cook something at home, and by the way, it might extend your life because you cannot have a soul food diet for the rest of your life and live to 80 years old. There are no 300-pound 80-year-olds, and that's a diet that was designed for slavery because they put anyway. Back to this point,
they was working it off, Doc.
Huh?
You could eat like that when you was in those fields working 14 hours a day.
You had to, because they threw the worst parts of the animal out back as a disrespect to you. All you could do is turn it into a delicacy: whole cake, grits, hog maws, pig feet, fried chicken,
oxtail, neck bone.
oxtails. I love oxtails.
I do.
And we put salt on all the meat so it didn't die in the heat. Right?
Yes, you had to cure it. That's
Pressure,
salt preserves
hypertension,
it. You're absolutely
obesity,
right.
Right? So I love soul food twice a month, not 3 times a day. That's why black folks are inflamed. We're not fat, we are inflamed. 75% of all disease, my wife, she's to tell you, 75% of all disease lives on inflammation. Just silly stuff like going on.
Nah, let's hear it. That's a negative video. Was the negative video with that tough love. Let's hear it.
No, that's real. True health is wealth, especially getting on the age, man.
So why wouldn't when that come out the it's not
Oh, something right. Hold on, something right. Some. Go. Is that me?
I mean, I'm up to me. I'm in.
Damn, is that me? I don't know what that is.
All right. I mean, y'all regular now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I
you know what I'm saying? I don't know what
we hit a
glitch
glitch or something.
Right. But yeah, go ahead. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of good
What he
eating.
said was real.
A lot of good eating. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's facts though. You know what I'm saying? People become complacent. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to work out anymore. Everybody just want to eat good. And it definitely ain't good for our health. Even, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is, oxtails, pig feet, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Smothered pork chops, fried chicken, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where, you know what I'm saying, we just eat bad. And we definitely got to do a better job of it. I mean, you know what I'm saying, what it boils down to. So he definitely got a point.
Right. I
mean, fast food. They put fast food restaurants, and it made us lazy.
And now we can get it delivered to the door. That's even worse.
Right. Shoot, like we got fast food. We got microwaves in the house, so don't nobody know how to use a stove or oven no more to cook or warm up food. So everything is all instant.
I'm gonna play this out of sequence because, like I said, since you want a positive videos, so here go the positive. Here go one of the solutions right here. You know what I mean? So, and it's because we're talking about food now anyway. So,
hallelujah! Hey, look, the producers. I told you, the producers told me it was coming.
Right.
Told me it was coming right around the corner.
Since he can plan, let's
What
go.
will happen to your body if you don't eat for the next 72 hours? Now, this isn't for everybody, but the science behind it is very interesting. In the first 12 to 24 hours, you will use all the stored sugar that's in your bloodstream and the stored sugar in your liver. Now, once that sugar is used, your body will start getting that energy from your fat. 24 to 48 hours, your body goes into ketosis, meaning all the energy your body is using is from your fat. The fat is broken down, your body makes ketones. And because of these ketones, you also experience mental clarity. Now, after 48 hours is where things get intense. In the 48 to 72 hour period, your body starts to activate autophagy. At this time, your entire body is cleaning out. You're removing dead cells, your inflammation is coming down. Science shows that because of autophagy, you even reduce your risk of cancer and increase anti-aging. So if you've ever fasted for more than 24 hours, give this video a like and comment down below how your experience was.
Cool. So there go the solution. See, bam, problem, solution. Fast, fast. Intermittent fasting. I'm already down to one meal a day, but my problem is I don't cook. I like to eat out. So what I need to start doing is, if I like to eat out, I need to start eating every other day. You know what I'm saying? And maybe start, if I have a heavy meal, maybe skipping a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
Eat a lighter meal.
Right. But see, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I need to go ahead and get Factor or one one of the meal preps because I don't cook at all, man. I don't even own a pot of pan. Like I said, I've been in a new crib by like 3 weeks now. I ain't never been to the grocery store yet. I still got the tape on my refrigerator and stuff. I still got the tape on the refrigerator stove. The book's in there. I just took the energy tag off the refrigerator. It's like, cold. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling the books and stuff.
Ain't nothing but baking soda in there.
Ain't baking soda in there nowadays. It's empty. It was just tape and the instruction booklet. You know what I'm saying? So
damn.
You know what I'm saying? Decoration. You know?
Hey.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, everybody, I guess everybody experiences a little bit different because you know what I'm saying, the people that I talk to that fast for whatever religion, you know what I'm saying, different religions, different reasons, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, you know, just sometimes they feel a little weak, lightheaded, you know what I'm saying, and you know, can't necessarily think straight. So the experience is a little bit different. Now, I can't say for you know, for certain because you know what I'm saying, I hadn't necessarily fasted that long myself. But I can say, you know what I'm saying, that other people's experiences have been a little bit different. So but what she said sounded like science and sounded good to me. I don't know if it's true or not. I can't support or deny, you know what I'm saying, you know, but it just is what it is. You just got to try and see how your body reacts. Everybody's body's a little bit different.
Well, you can't jump into the deep
at the
part
same
of
time too, you do need to give your body a chance to refresh. So fasting is good. I can see the benefits. I've done it before. It's challenging when you're used to eating all the time. To not do it for 3 days and just drinking water or whatever. But it does have its benefits.
Right.
And it's more than just losing weight. It's giving your body a sense to cleanse itself. Getting out because it's they say it's crap in your intestines that's been in there for years, and it helps flush some of that stuff out.
Right.
So it's good to do.
Yep.
Just like a detox. They talk about a detox being able to help your body.
Yep.
You know, not necessarily fasting, but just kind of getting all those bad things up out of there. So
yeah, fasting will just help you burn some of that fat off too.
Now we got to go back to some. Let's go to this is kind of neutral. So I'll play this, and I'm interested to see like who's in the right and who's in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? This back on the I don't know if you know that they doing a national ban they had passed a law something in the works that is making food stamp fraud a felony. Y'all heard anything about that?
No.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. They anybody caught with like using somebody else's food stamp card is going to prison, like federal prison. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah, they've been selling them things for God knows how long.
Man, so, back when it was paper.
yeah. Look, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can get a certain amount of dollars off this card. You know what I'm saying? You pay you pay a certain amount of dollars, you go ahead and use it.
Let's see. I'm gonna play this clip. Let's see who's in the right, who's in the wrong, man. Let's
Did you guys just pay somebody else's food stamp card?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Did you guys just pay somebody else's food stamp card?
If I did, what the fuck is it your business?
Excuse me. Food stamps are paid by taxes. I'm an American citizen, tax-paying citizen.
What you are? Worry about your goddamn taxes.
My taxes are paying for your food.
No, your taxes is not. Just get the fuck on.
This is my business.
Man, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm getting as much information as possible so
Well,
that when
you
the
gotta
cops
get the fuck
come,
on.
I can give it all to them.
You call the cops?
Not yet,
Don't
but
worry about it.
they're
Don't worry about
coming.
it. Bitch, I'm gonna give you a reason to fucking call the cops when I beat your
That's
ass
fine.
in a minute. Quit
That's
worrying about
fine.
my motherfucking
Give me
business.
more to give
Yo,
them.
quit fucking recording me.
You know what? It's fine. It's
Don't
fine.
fucking hold me back, bitch. Let me tell you motherfucking something.
What?
If you keep that fucking camera going, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna have a reason for the cops to come out here.
It's a free country. You can do whatever the fuck
Oh,
you
a
want.
free
Get the fuck out of
country.
here.
Of course, I forgot. You guys are so used to taking everybody else's stuff. You assume it's free. Somebody paid
Make
for it.
yourself useful. Take the card
You
back.
didn't pay for it, so why the fuck you want?
My taxes paid
car.
for it. My
Get in the
tax.
car. Leave that
You know
alone.
what? It's all right. I got your license plate number.
No, bitch, you better not have over my goddamn
XG.
dead body.
Oh, it's too late.
No, it's not too late.
Get in
Quit
the
fucking
car.
recording
Get in
me.
the car,
No,
babe.
fuck, I'm about to put my fucking hands all over her.
Just one more thing for me to get you arrested.
Yeah, it's gonna be one less ass whooping for your ass in a
Get in
minute.
the car. You don't want this. Get the fuck out.
Oh, I want this. Seeing two freeloaders get
the fuck away
arrested,
from me.
that's exactly what I want.
Right. You feel good about yourself?
Great.
You
Feel great about it. This isn't okay.
All right, so let's hear it, man. Who was right, who was wrong on this situation, man?
Man, that looked fake to me.
You think that was fake?
They don't look real.
Oh, yeah?
That shit look real as shit. It's Karens everywhere, man. It's Karens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Making non-business their business. You know what I'm saying? So the reaction of them, you know what I'm saying, seem a hell of a. Hey, look, if not, they need to be in a Tyler Perry movie. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Sign them up. Sign them up, because that was a good goddamn job. But here's the thing. The thing I got from that is, you know what I'm saying, I commend them on being able to control their emotions and get in their car and going on about their business. Now, if they would have grabbed that woman's phone, if they would have put hands on that woman, whatever the case may be, then at the end of the day, your life gets disrupted just because, you know what I'm saying, somebody decide that they want to be Captain Sable or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to pull out a camera, you know what I'm saying, and make something that's not their business, your business, their business. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, the guy was actually able to have a calmer head about it, even though, you know what I'm saying, he was upset. Hey, man, get in the car, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't make sense to put hands on this lady. And then we got to go to jail. Now we got to hire a lawyer. Now we got to pay all these fees. Now we got this charge against us, or whatever the case may be. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, the positive that I take from that video is that calmer heads prevailed, and they was able to get out of there. And then, you know what I'm saying, she got a video. She probably got some clicks from it, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they went on about their business. You got your food. You're not in jail. You're not having any legal consequence, or whatever the case may be. You go on about your day.
I take it totally different. Of course, you know I would. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take it. My thing is, like we said earlier, you know, accountability and shame needs to be brought back. You know, so if you don't want to be shamed for what you're doing, don't do it. You know, don't do it. You know, why you, if you know it's illegal, why are you doing it? And then if you're in a public place, I got the right to film in public. You know, so I got the right to say what I want to say in public. So why should you get mad? As long as I don't touch you, I don't threaten you, I got the right to say what I want. I can film you. Don't come in public if you don't want to be filmed.
Yeah, they didn't have to address it for real.
Right. I could have just kept on going. Why you gotta talk, you know, you showed your ass by cursing at the woman and threatening the woman. You was threatening. She wasn't threatening. She asked you, did I just see you use somebody else's food stamp card? And I would have, you know, I wouldn't have done the crime, but you know, you could just ignore. You ain't got to say nothing. As long as she ain't impeding your way, I would have said the damn thing. If I, you know, but I wouldn't have did the crime either. So why you want to do crime and you know you don't want to be called out for it? Don't do the crime. You know, and then let's take it a step further. I know you if somebody was breaking in your car, you want somebody to be in their business at that time. Why you ain't say nothing? It's the same thing. No crime is different, you know what I'm saying? It's a crime is a crime. She called it out. If somebody was breaking in your car, you want somebody to say something. Hey man, somebody just bipped your window. You don't want somebody to say something there, like record it and get the license plate. Why the energy different when they stealing the food stamp? That'll be you said, well, if somebody can, hey man, I recorded it. You ain't gonna tell them, man, you should have mind your business. So you see how the energy place? Oh, you to say, oh man, mind your business. Why you giving me the information so they can catch the dude? Why you doing that?
You want these oxtails out this mess? Like, you know what I'm saying? Get your ass home. What you over here recording me for? You know what I'm saying? Go about your business now. You know what I'm saying? What you did with your basket? You left your basket at the cash register, holding up the line because you want to come out here and videotape us?
My thing is just don't do the crime if you ain't willing to suffer the consequences.
Now, if that's a real video, that's real. It's funny as hell. If they in there using food stamps and she got the MCM bag.
Right. Well, that's probably why she called them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You food stamps. I mean, I guess everybody try to save every way, but I mean,
the MCM bad driving, was that a demon?
Yeah, it looked like they driving a demon.
Boy, that just sounded good, didn't it? I don't know what that was. God damn. When she started that thing up, I said, ooh.
That thing had that
tough.
growl, boy.
Man, that thing was a Hellcat or something. That thing was tough.
But see the theme. We made it so normalized. You don't even know it's a crime no more. You ain't even shame no more. It's a crime. It's a federal crime now. You know what I'm saying? But you driving and you risking it all to save a couple of dollars. Stupid. Let's go run this next one.
I want you to look at this house. I want you to see how big this house is. And it's really fucking with me, bro, because I try my best to provide for my family, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, right? Nigga, I'm a real nigga from the hood, you feel me? Nigga, my credit ain't the best, you feel me? Nigga, I start making videos, I ran that shit up, and I'm trying to provide for my family. So yeah, nigga, we trying to rent until we buy a house. And this is what I'm presented with, right? The first day we move in, right? Nigga, the first day we move in, right? We see some shit. And it fucked me up. Look at this shit, bro. And it fucked me up, right? And we tell the nigga like, yo, we need our money back, right? And the motherfucker like, nah, you can't get your money back. Now, I'll be wrong if I revert to my old ways and not see about the nigga. You dig what I'm saying? This is the whole point of this. When I walk out of my house that I pay $13,500 a month for, I want you to look at this house.
I think this is a fake video. Like, this better be a fake video, man. Like, man,
What was it at the end?
Rat infestation. Rat droppings everywhere. You know what I'm saying? This better be a fake video. Let's hear it on this one.
I think them look like real tears. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, he belongs.
I know you can't. I know you can't believe everything, dog. But that shit look real. But I get his point. And I commend him again. You know what I'm saying? I commend somebody else for not letting emotions take over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. Because you know what I'm saying, emotions will tell you to go put hands on them cats. Emotions will tell you to go put hands on that cat. And then you end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? And then your kids end up doing years without, you know what I'm saying, a father, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So even though he didn't agree with it, I don't know how it resolved itself or whatever the case may be. But anybody in that situation that has been in that situation understands when you want to put hands on somebody so bad, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna end up the way it should be, because you know what I'm saying, you were rightfully wrong. I just, you know what I'm saying, I have a different appreciation for cats, you know what I'm saying, that kind of go against that emotion. Period. That's just me. I mean, anybody that's been in that position that understands that, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, this cat is right here, you know what I'm saying, like, I really want to put hands on him because, you know what I'm saying, he know he fucking me over. But, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I got to see the big picture. I ain't going to put hands on him, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to take it the legal route or do whatever it is that I need to do to get out of the situation. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying, the fact he was crying doesn't mean anything. Like, I get it. You're frustrated to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you got to let it out somehow. No problem with that. This whole notion that men can't cry and all this other thing is bullshit, and that's that red boy shit that probably B would support. You know what I'm saying? That's that B shit. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So I commend that man.
Crown camera, bro.
However you want to look at that, you know what I'm saying? I commend that brother for, you know what I'm saying, doing the right thing, which is not putting hands on that man. Period.
I don't understand the reason for the video.
That's another thing. I'm glad you added that layer. First of all, man, that's definitely blue to the core, because, man, you know, a grown man crying in front of his kids All right, after you cried, now what? The situation's still the same. So what was the purpose of all that crying and stuff? You know, so then secondly, another thing that was kind of feminine, why you putting all your business out there? You know, you putting it out for the world to see. That's another thing, showing off.
He had to tell you how much he was paying for it.
Yeah, had to tell you how much you was paying for it and all this stuff. That sure, this the diamonds. It's the diamonds is a girl's best friend. You know, the attention. It's the attention thing. So if it was really a conflict, let's go ahead and settle. If you paying that much, you should have some lawyers on retainer. Talk to your lawyer about it and go. You know, handle it like a man. Handle it professional. You know what I'm saying?
The landlord is not gonna give you your money back if you have an issue at the house. He's gonna either fix it
or
fix it.
settle in court. You know what I'm saying? By putting it out there on the online and crying about it, that's two no-nos. Men don't rock like that. This is the new that's the new blue. This the new blue boys. I don't get it. You're gonna have to make me understand that. And just because you ain't put your hands on them, you're not supposed to. That's what lawyers are for. Everything shouldn't result in violence. You know what I'm saying? Everything shouldn't result in, you know what I'm saying, I got to harm somebody. I want to hurt somebody or kill somebody. Wow. Because you have a disagreement? Wow. You want to hurt me? That's not a man reaction. A female can react like that because probably she can react to violence because she's not gonna hurt nobody for the most part. Unless you Clarissa, what's her name? You know what I'm saying? Most times, you know, I can take her. You know what I'm saying?
What? It's not a man reaction to put hands on somebody, B?
It's not. I'm not gonna put your hands on. I'm not gonna put that because we have a disagreement. That's not a manly reaction.
B, we done had conversations where you know what I'm saying, you boys got out the car for a disagreement to put hands on each other. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't be contradictory here. We can't be contradictory here. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying, no, I'm talking about, B, did you not tell me a story where you in college and you boys had a disagreement? Y'all was like, stop the car. Let's get out.
In college?
Tell me.
I'm 40 years old.
Are you not a man? Are you not a man in college?
No.
Are you mean to tell me? Oh, so you was blue boy in college, B?
No,
that's what you trying to tell me?
In college.
You was a blue boy in college, B. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you can't be contradictory on something that you actually done differently than what you're saying right now, B.
There's no growth. You don't grow.
There's no growth.
Yeah,
it is growth.
It
is growth. But what I'm saying is that are you saying in college that you weren't a man because you got out and put a hands on somebody?
I just said I was a 17-year-old boy.
What are you talking about, B? It's the same exact thing.
It's not.
How is it not?
First of all, that dude ain't 17.
He doesn't have to be 17. But you're saying he's a grown man. He's a grown man with a family and kids, right? So he has to make a decision.
I was a 17-year-old boy. You talking about? I was a freshman.
He has to make a decision. You were 17 in college, B. Come on, dog.
Yeah,
Stop.
I was.
Okay. All right.
My birthday is in November. I didn't turn 18 until damn near the halfway point in my freshman year.
According to you, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't freshman year in college, but you know,
it was freshman year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That ain't what we talked about, but okay. If that's what you want to go with to prove a point, B, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would expect anything less.
I was an 18-year-old boy.
I would expect anything less. But you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and look down on somebody just because they chose not to do something that's within what any man would actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like right now, you're trying to be critical of the man for not putting hands on somebody, and you're saying that this is not a man action.
So CJ,
when there's people that go to jail every single day for putting hands on somebody, like what are you talking about?
So CJ, every conflict you have with another man, you gonna put your hands on him?
That's not the question at hand. That's not the question at hand. All I'm saying is that you're judging this man, saying that men don't put hands on other people when they have a disagreement. And there's fights every single day because men have disagreements.
That should be
red, white, or blue.
It's emotional.
That's all I'm saying, B.
Emotional.
When you look at a situation, B, all you see is one side of the road. You never see another side of the road.
I mean, now you're trying to make it personal. We're talking about this situation.
No, this is not personal. This is facts.
Well,
that's the truth of the matter.
You just
You're
moved the goalpost.
you're sitting here saying that this man is not a man because he will put hands on somebody. Like, how does that make sense?
You just moved the goalpost and try to make it personal. I'm not gonna let you make it personal. Let's talk about
No. First off, nobody's moving the goalpost. We're talking about a man's action, and we're talking about a man taking physical action, which is what we're discussing right now.
The ad hominem that you just did. You don't see it on one side. I'm not even going to address that. Let's talk about.
That's it. That's all you see is one side, because all you talk about is you blue boys.
That's a personal attack.
You blue boys and red boys. That's all you talk about. It. You blue boys and red boys. You never see it from another perspective.
That's a personal
all
attack.
All I'm saying is that you got to see it from both sides. Like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? No red boy will put hands on anybody.
I never said that.
That's what you just said. B, you said no man will put hands. That's a blue boy action. Did you not just say that, B? Producers, rewind the tape back, please. Because this nigga's lying. Rewind the tape back, because this nigga's lying. You literally just said that. That's blue boy's action.
Here we go. Let's talk about this.
Did you not just say that, B? That's all I'm asking, B. Did you not just say that?
I see the smoke screen. Here you go. When you're wrong, you start to try
It's a yes or no, B. Did you not just say that's a blue boy action? Did you not just say that?
It is a blue boy action.
Okay, there we go. So it's only one side.
If that's what you want to say, I'm not going to the personal attack. But anyway, like I was saying, this the
How is that a personal attack? That's the facts. You're only seeing it from one side.
All right, cool. That's your opinion. All right. Well, like I was saying, man.
That's my facts.
Yeah. Like I was saying. Yeah. Like I was saying about yeah. I don't think you should resolve. Violence is not the answer to everything, and that shouldn't be your normal response, especially if it's something that could affect you. You can't just go around putting your hands on people. It's illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal.
That's correct, which is why we commended the people that were in the past two videos.
That shouldn't be your natural inclination. Your natural inclination should be, if I got a disagreement, that's what lawyers are for. That's not for me. If I go and oh man, I commend you for that. I commend you for doing what you're normally supposed to do. That again, it's the degradation. That's why I had that in there. It's the degradation.
No, it's not. It's not. When you talk about emotions all the time, to go against an emotion where you actually feel like, you know what I'm saying, you was wrong, you want to put hands on somebody, to go against that?
You shouldn't want to put hands on somebody. That we normalize that. And that's not a normal thing.
It's not a normal thing.
No, it shouldn't be. Nope.
Okay.
Yep, it should be civil. You know what I'm saying? Class, civility. You ever heard of that?
I hear you.
Yeah, so everything shouldn't be barbaric.
I hear you. But you know what I'm saying, I've heard you explain, you know what I'm saying, things a little bit different. But you know what I'm saying, look, I know when B want to make a point, he disregard everything else he done said in the past.
You
That's
try
fine.
to lump it all together. But in that particular
No, it's not lumping it all together.
If somebody harms your kid, your family member, now it's time to retaliate with that. However, when we talking about just a disagreement as far as deposit, come on, bro. You gonna put your hands on somebody, risk it all for a couple of dollars? Are you serious? Then the thing is, you're gonna cry about it on TV, on online, and have the shit go viral. Now we commenting on it. That's what you wanted. Like you wanted attention about it.
No, that's it's the social media era, B. That's what it is. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happens with reality shows. Even though I know you don't watch TV, but you got a TV in your home. So you know what I'm saying, when you have people in a reality, when you have people in a reality TV situation, you know what I'm saying, and they choose to put their life out there, they choose to put it all out there to be authentic. So you know what I'm saying, when he talks about, you know what I'm saying, he makes videos for a living to provide a family, to provide a life for his family, he's trying to be authentic. I'm not going to only show you the good, I'm going to show you the bad too. So you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to sit here and talk down on the man because, oh, why would you put that video out? Because he chose that life. You, B Dix, wouldn't do that video, understood. But you don't live your life through a public lens. He lives his life through a public lens,
How do
which
you know?
means that for his
You
family,
know him?
because he just said he has a whole YouTube and an Instagram and a social media channel. B, if you go back to that video right now, you can click on his link. He has several videos, comedy videos. Comedy videos is what he has. But you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, when you choose to live your life in public, there's a responsibility there, which is what social media feels, to be authentic and transparent about it all. Like,
So
hey,
all
look,
these
I'm
videos
gonna
are
let y'all know
authentic.
everything that goes good in my life. I'm gonna let y'all know everything that bad goes on in my life. So I'm not gonna talk down on the man because he did a bad video because he was crying on the video. Like, that's that man's business. I wouldn't do it.
So
You
what
wouldn't
rule
do
is
it. CJ wouldn't do it. But I'm not gonna talk bad about him because he did it.
So everybody on social media has to be real and authentic. Where's that written?
It's not written. It's not written.
What the hell are you talking about? All right, let's go to the next one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all making me miss Corey Hope.
I'm sorry. We just need help around here.
You never said nothing about rent before.
Well, now I have to. I need you guys to help out. It's going to be like $800 for each of you.
Each?
Yeah, girl, we paid $2,500 a month for rent here.
So you want me to do rent and a bill?
Well, that will include the bill. So we'll just scratch the bill. So the $800 will include help towards the bill.
Where is all this coming from? Because you never mentioned any of this before.
Well, now that he's here, this is.
This is your house.
Well, he's moving in.
You never had a problem before.
Well,
I think
now
no.
he's gonna be the man of the house.
I'm not paying rent.
No,
I'm not paying rent.
we know.
It's not even your decision. It's
You
his.
barely know him. He's been here for like 2 months, and all of a sudden
stupid.
he's moving in, and then you're telling us that we have to pay rent.
$800
We're getting
each.
married. This is gonna be our house.
Well, he should be bringing some money. What do you mean we have to pay rent?
All right, let's hear it.
Does this not just prove my point about social media and trying to be transparent? Like, this is supposed to help your case, B?
Nah, this ain't
like,
you
like this
spun
is
it
supposed to help your case?
You spun it to that. I don't care about that.
These are the, you don't care about that point. Of course you don't, because it doesn't support your point.
Yeah, nah, this is
At the end of the day, social media, unwritten rule, social media reality show is the same exact thing where everybody want to be transparent with what's going on in their life.
Nah,
That's the end all be all. Now, when you talk about this actual situation, you know what I'm saying, it takes a man to actually come in and do and say and set the law about what's right. Because you know what I'm saying, how are you grown and you're not able to sit here and at least pay groceries, pay anything? You know what I'm saying, you're just sitting here rent free and you're not contributing to the house. How is that helping you be independent? So, you know what I'm saying, like, from that perspective, you know what I'm saying, 100% I get. But it still proves my point at the end of the day.
No, that's not the point of the thing. We back to the overall arc of the show. The overall arc of the show is that we a different species. We become how we were back 100 years ago is not how we were. It's part of the problem.
100 years ago, B? Is that where we going?
Yeah, if you would have been
my
at the
God.
time at the beginning of the show, that's what we were talking about. CJ's
my God.
clip. Yeah, CJ's clip was from 1925. We was talking about how we were in a booming, even under Jim Crow. We had all this different land ownership and different things, and doctors, lawyers, our own communities under those more extraneous and egregious circumstances. Now it's like we have more opportunity, and home ownership is less, and we're actually in a worse off position. Marriage is less. All these other things is less. This is the overarching theme of the show. Part of this last clip is what I'm talking about, is that no order in the household. You got grown kids, you got 20-something-year-old kids not taking responsibility, and then get mad when they ask to contribute to the household, and it's become the norm. We don't, especially with the female sees, we don't let them, we don't take them, we don't actually push them to like they get 30 something, for the most part. We'll be hard on the male, like, hey man, you got to do something. But the female will let rock till 30, and they don't, you know, and they're all emotional. They ain't never happened before. Well, when is it gonna happen? When are y'all gonna start paying some of these bills? You know, when y'all gonna start contributing? Y'all live here, y'all grown. How long? I thought it was after you get an adulthood. You know, I know, you know, but I'm supposed to take you to get to that point. You know, how long? When is the cutoff time for you to get out the nest, or at least, you know, get your own nest or contribute, help clean the nest or help do something. You know, build something to start a nest. When you know, we kind of made that lines become blurred. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the thing, is becoming the norm. How can you, and there's no shame about it. That's what I'm talking about. How can you hold somebody accountable there's no shame? I met several girls. Yeah, I still stay with my mom. They don't have no shame about that. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Shoot, the way the economy going, everybody gonna be at home with their mom.
Right. But then you want EMDEP. But you stay with MOMMIE. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point of what I'm saying. Is like there's no shame about this. And then get an attitude. What's the blowback for? You should be glad it's only 800. You know, that's my point. Y'all got anything to add to that?
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of young people that choose to go out and get their own house and be on their own without having to be in the mama's space. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, a lot of young people want their own space to be able to do what they want to do and invite guys over or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, party with their girls and not have the mom or the parents overlooking everything that they do. So, yeah, this is an example, but you know what I'm saying, there's plenty of other examples where, you know what I'm saying, the opposite happens. You know what I'm saying? The younger that they are, they don't have to wait till 30 to get out the house. All they're waiting for is a solid job, and they're going to get their own apartment to be by themselves.
Right. Anything, CJ? Yeah.
Hey, when the man come in and shake things up, get them. They done got uncomfortable up in there.
Right. You know, but hey.
And I don't know that situation, but ideally, you want both parties to come in. If they getting married, come in, no kids, that eliminates a lot of that right there.
Right. Let's go ahead and hit this next one real quick. Boom.
Up the house and give it back to you. You can have it. If you own a newly constructed home or you're buying a newly constructed home, stay here. So tell me how I signed a document with all the documents signed, your payment 1907, and you signed 1 million documents. Now a year later, they hit me up in February talking about your payment is $34.50. I bet it ain't. I bet it's not. So the first year when you buy your home, your newly constructed home, they're only charging you for the taxes, the property taxes on the land, the raw land. Well, the land was only worth $60,000. Well, now that the house has been put on it and now there's a development around you, that land this year is worth $110,000, and they put a 400 and something, almost $500,000 house on top. So now your taxes are going to go to correct. So now your mortgage is going to increase. They done tell you got a fixed rate, you got a fixed payment and all. They not explaining to you that the property taxes will increase that payment. My payment went up to $34.50. How?
Boom. Let me go ahead and get in on this, because let me set the precedent so we don't go off subject here. Don't forget the theme, man. Ignorance of the law doesn't exclude you from the law. Just because you're ignorant of it don't mean it's not your responsibility. We do this all the time. I dealt with this earlier this week. You know, somebody try to not with this particular situation as far as home ownership, but dealing with somebody that's trying to get out of contract. You came in, this is what you asked for, this is what you signed. How, you know, you got what you want. So how all of a sudden now you want to go outside of that, but it's my fault. This is the problem. You know, you got to take responsibility. You know, if you want things, it's your job. and you putting your John Hancock on stuff to read what you signing. Nobody have to tell you. Now, if you do your research, you deal with, me, CJ, Corey. Yeah, we're gonna give you all a heads up, but it's not our responsibility. It's ultimately falls back on you. You need to read what you sign and understand what you signing, or at least seek the wise counsel that can break down where you understand. So now to blow up and crash out because you ain't read the fine print, you ain't understand that before you did it. It ain't nobody's fault but your own. So it's ultimately you got to take accountability, and you got to be, you got to put your big boy. He definitely blue. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get man up and accept your responsibility. That $3,500, pay up or you're gonna get out. You clowning about it, y'all can have it. Yeah, they're gonna take it from you.
Right. I'm gonna say he can't sell it and make he's gonna be upside down in that.
Yeah, so they're gonna take it from you. So you should have read the.
Hey man, you had to. If he either didn't work with a realtor or had a trash one.
Right, but ultimately it's still not their responsibility. Of course, he probably gonna be a realtor. Oh, he ain't tell me. It ain't the realtor's job to tell you that.
Right. No, at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own actions and gaining of all knowledge and information.
Right. And it doesn't alleviate you just because I ain't know is not an excuse. So I'm gonna use that excuse all the time. And I got a bill right here. I ain't know. I was supposed to pay this. I ain't know. So that means I ain't gotta pay it. Come on, man. Man up. We gotta chill out with all this.
I ain't know that was still happening.
Huh?
So I ain't know that was still happening.
It can't still happen. It gotta be an old video. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we're in sales, you know what I'm saying, understanding from a consumer's perspective, you know what I'm saying, you only know kind of what they tell you. And there's a lot of builders back in the day that would not tell you that your monthly payment was based upon unimproved taxes because they were scared that you would actually back out of the deal. By the time you realize your payment goes up and you know what I'm saying, you go into foreclosure, they've already gotten their money and they ran out the door, you know what I'm saying? So they don't care. So yes, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, bottom line, it's on you to figure it out. But when you don't know and you don't have that responsibility, which is the whole reason that they put laws in place to protect the consumer, because you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, when people are compensated based upon people closing deals, people getting into deals, people getting into loans, they're not going to disclose every single thing that's in your best interest. So even though, you know what I'm saying, you sign 1,000 papers or whatever the case may be at the closing table, I guarantee there was nothing in there that told them, you know what I'm saying, that their payment was going to balloon by 100%. So, you know what I'm saying, it was like, hey, look, this is your payment. This is what your payment is going to be moving forward. And then a year, 2 years, once improvement comes in, then, you know what I'm saying, everything adjusts. And then now all of a sudden they're slapped in the face with a payment that they're not prepared for. It was a lot of people that actually knew about it and was actually slapped in the face with a higher monthly payment just because their escrow came up short. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's their responsibility. But you know what I'm saying, were the team that they use from a loan officer and a realtor standpoint, did they actually warn them and tell them, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, just kind of keep aside a little bit extra, you know what I'm saying, because your payment could go up, your tax could go up, whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't necessarily do that. A lot of agents don't necessarily know because there's so many new agents in the business, they don't know. All they're trying to do is get a commission check at the end of the day. So yes, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I get it. 100% is their fault. Ignorance is not an excuse. Get that. But at some point, you know what I'm saying, your license, you go to class to learn all this stuff. You go through the experience. You have brokers and stuff to actually help guide you along the way. At some point, there's a responsibility for the actual professionals that's a part of the deal to actually alert you to what's going on. It's the same exact thing, you know what I'm saying, for if you choose to have a CPA or you choose to have a tax person that's doing your taxes. They screw over your taxes, you know what I'm saying? People, 90%, I don't know, 85%, a large overwhelming percentage don't necessarily know about taxes. All I know is I brought you my documents. I'm assuming that you're going to do the right thing because you're the professional, you're the licensed professional. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not held feet to the fire. I'm held feet to the fire at the end of the day. So I'm not going to give 100% blame on him. I'm not going to give 100% blame on the consumer. But at the end of the day, it is their responsibility, it is their fault because it's just the way the laws is written.
And but that's the crazy thing on the realtor side. They don't even teach you that. Like you can get your license not knowing any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you either gonna learn from experience or learn from somebody else's experience.
Correct.
And if you don't get connected with the right people to teach you this stuff, you'll be oblivious. Like, dang, I didn't know that happened.
I got some clap back, but I don't want to go back and forth on it because it's not the point. But
say buyer beware.
Well, nah, there is a form in there that's what all the new construction, all lenders that I've worked for, including CMG, which we both work for, have a form that say, hey, if you're not gonna pay over your escrow, warning, your payment, your taxes will go up. It's a form that is by itself, and they have to sign it. Now, if they paid attention to it, that's a different story. But all of them have this form. I forgot the name of it, but it's a form that warns you, hey, your payment will go up. Because right now we're taking escrows on unimproved land. It's a big form and it's by itself and it's a half a page. I've seen it a million times. You know what I'm saying? So now if they paid attention, that's on them. They didn't pay attention, but it is a form that's in there and it's in the packet that they sign at closing. And that's from D.R. Horton and Lennar. I've seen it, KB. I've seen it everywhere. It's a form that's in there, so they might not have paid attention or heard it.
I think that's
that's
before laws change.
By the time
That's
you
before
get
laws change.
age
On that.
62, you probably didn't clocked out.
Right.
Yeah. That had to be back during the times where, you know what I'm saying, you just had to fog a mirror to get a loan. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so you know what I'm saying? They had those disclosures then. But when you're talking about now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, essentially, there's nobody that's going to actually approve you on unimproved taxes. So that has to be an older video. Like I understand, I get it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, there's been extra laws put in place to prevent those type of things from happening because there's a large default. There was a large default on people actually defaulting on their loans because they didn't necessarily know that they were based upon unimproved taxes and they were going to go up. So
I mean, even the big boys like UWM, they're not gonna go off unimproved. It's gonna be all was metered. You know,
that's correct. That's correct. So you know what I'm saying, they have to do upon improved property taxes regardless of the fact. But you know what I'm saying, it doesn't take away from the fact of what people got into way back in the days before new laws were put in place.
Right. Let me go ahead and hit because I got about 3 more, so let's go ahead and hurry this up. I know B is past.
Was just a broke dude complaining about rich people while living off their money. Bro really invented socialism because he couldn't hold a job.
Oh yes, Peter, because only rich people should have opinions. I suppose if you don't own a yacht, you shouldn't talk about the ocean?
No, Stewie, but if you've never made a dollar in life, maybe you shouldn't be giving lectures on how money works. That's like getting diet advice from a guy whose treadmill is covered in pizza boxes.
But capitalism does create inequality.
And socialism creates equality because everyone ends up equally starving. You think Elon Musk making billions is unfair? Try living in a place where nobody is allowed to make money and people are literally eating zoo animals to survive.
But in theory, socialism should work.
Yeah, and in theory, I should be able to do a pull-up, but reality exists, Stewie. Every time socialism is tried, it turns into food shortages, secret police, and some dude in a military hat explaining why questioning the government makes you a threat to the revolution.
But capitalism has flaws too.
Capitalism has flaws. But you know what capitalism has that socialism doesn't? Food, technology, progress.
Cuba made cigars.
Right, because when your economy collapses, all you can do is roll leaves and pray someone will buy them. Meanwhile, under capitalism, people are literally flying into space for fun.
So you think Marxism is totally useless?
Oh, no, it's very useful. If you want to get rich selling people a dream that never worked.
So what's your solution?
Stop blaming rich people for your bad life choices. Get off the internet and go make some money.
Oh, this is going to make socialists type angry manifestos from their iPhones.
You ever notice Karl Marx was just a...
Boom, let's hear it.
My thought is like, in addition to what they talking about, it don't matter who's president, who, whatever, you still got to get out here and make it happen for yourself.
Right. Well, at least you're allowed to make it happen for yourself.
Right.
You got, in Cuba and stuff like that. I don't care what type of grind you get, you still gonna get the same pay. My pay gonna be the same as the bum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it was John Hope Bryant when he was talking to Cam Newton on the interview. He was like, I don't care if you want to be socialist. You got to be a capitalist first.
Right. So
you got to get the money.
It doesn't work on it just doesn't work because everybody has a different drive. There's A students and there's F students. And why should the A student everybody get a C? You know what I'm saying? This doesn't work. And it leads to frustration and nobody wants to do anything at that point. There's no motivation to do anything. That's why they all collapse. So all that stuff was theory. Like this dude Marx, was the old girl ran her old campaign on because her dad was a Marxist. You know what I'm saying? So all he did was write papers about it. It never worked. It was never a thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's all theory. You know what I mean? So the reason why I put this video in there is because it's all about we cry about this system, man, and we cry about this isn't fair, this is unfair, injustice. But the cure-all is get off your butt and work. That's the cure-all for all of that stuff. Because you get off your butt and work, you make more income. You got at least the opportunity to make the income. Then you can put people in any place that you want. Then you know what I'm saying. You from there you can work the system, but there ain't nothing gonna happen without work. Period. You know what I'm saying? So just waiting for it to plop out the sky, that ain't gonna happen. Anything before I hit this next one?
Agreed.
So here go my.
Is an attempt to destroy democracy in America. If you put 200,000 illegals in there and they have like a 80% likelihood of voting Dem, and it's only a matter of time before they become citizens, then those swing states will not be swing states in the future. And if they are not swing states, we'll be a permanent one-party state country, permanent deep blue socialist state. That's what America will become. That was the game plan. That is still the game plan. And then they will keep importing more illegals to cement that outcome. Basically what happened in California.
Jesus Christ.
It would have been the end. That's why I went so hard for Trump. Otherwise, it's been the end. And that's why the Democrat machine is so intent on destroying me.
It's just so fascinating that people can't see this.
I invite people to do their research. The more they do their research, the more they will see that what I'm saying is absolutely true. It is an attempt to...
Right, and then before I get a comment, man, if y'all ain't seen that Rogan Elon that just came out, I think it was last time I checked yesterday, it was like 8 million views in 2 days, man. Sure, check that out, man. He had some good stuff on there. That Rogan and Elon. But yeah, man, I said this a while back, man. I don't get why they let the floodgates open. And, you either got to be stupid or hate America. You know what I'm saying? So they let the floodgates open, and shit. Before you know it, then amnesty, and now you got all these citizens down that they ain't pay no dues, and they in here. And they got all these handouts. So
yeah, I think it was crazy what they were doing with the down payment assistance over there.
Right.
They were like, they're not even verifying citizenship.
Nothing.
But they was giving, I think they was giving like $100,000 or something like that in California.
Right.
It's like, wow.
I got one more on the tip. This is a funny one. Then I'm gonna go ahead and end it up on a positive note. I already hit an internal crime. You know what I'm saying? I got two funny ones. Let me squeeze this in. Let me go ahead and break the ice. This is probably the funniest video I've seen all week. Speaking of capitalism, this you know what I'm saying? Hey, I respect capitalism, but hey, these barbers getting out of hand, man. This is semi break on this one. Let me get this only like 10 seconds, but this is just funny as hell. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How much good? It's just 100. Okay.
Yes, sir. 100 for a cut. Man.
I get it, man.
Wow. 100 for a cut.
Hey, it's about that now. Like, I get it.
Whew.
You
That's probably about right.
Yeah, so
I get it. The cuts have gotten so outrageous now. But I get it, because you know what I'm saying, barbers have been underappreciated, you know what I'm saying, undercharged, you know what I'm saying, for so long. Like, I get it, but some of these cuts have gotten outlandish. You know what I'm saying? I've seen videos where barbers talking about, you know what I'm saying, they're going up $1,000 on cuts. Like, it ain't nobody cutting. I get some T-liners for, you know what I'm saying, $30, $40 something myself, and cut myself before, you know what I'm saying, I go to a barber paying that amount of money. That's just ridiculous.
man, units and all that, boys. I had to stop going to this one barber, man. Like, this dude, he had on his website, for the beard lining, it's like $35. All right, cool. But you want me to cut the top? The bald and Mr. Clean is $75. I'm like, all right, nah, I'll go cut myself for the $35. All you doing is you bald, and that ain't no work. I do that myself. You don't need no skill to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So but he's steadily upselling me. Oh man, you need to let me go ahead and touch the top, man. You know what I'm saying? I clean up the hair, man. Nah, bro. I'm not paying the extra $40 for you to clean up some hairs.
That's it. I can get that big razor to get all that. You know what I'm saying? Right there. I'm not paying that. Look, it's so crazy, because you know what I'm saying, you see all these barbers, like, you know what I'm saying, the treatment look good. They put the steam towel on you. You know what I'm saying? They got the little vibrator joint and all this other stuff, man.
Right.
I don't need you to force these services on me, man. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to line me up, you know what I'm saying, so I'm fresh. That's it. And let me go on about my day. You know what I'm saying? But now they got this whole thing where they want to charge you for a lot more, and they want to automatically give it to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, with this service, you know what I'm saying, I'm charging $500, but with this, you get this, this, and this, and this. Well, what if I don't want that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me a lineup, a regular lineup, and let me go on about my day. Right. But it seems like the new barber hustle. I don't knock it. I just, I make it.
Let me play one more funny one. We
ain't got no problems no more.
I thought I didn't have no problems. I had problems, but shoot, they try to charge me $75 to do the beard and a bald. I can do the bald myself in 2 minutes.
Give me a cutout, maintain it myself. That's it.
Yep.
Let's go to. I got one more funny one, and then let's go to the positive. So 2 more clips, man. 2 more clips.
All right.
Hey, US, what's going on, baby? What's good? How y'all? What's going on? Okay, cool. I'm pretty much here on behalf of my people, trying to see if y'all still remember about that money you said y'all gonna let me hold. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm kind of tight on money, man. I really ain't got no money if you ain't trying to make no deal. Oh, well, it's just that the last time I spoke to Biden, them, they were saying that they had like another 200, 300 for me that I could hold, but I'm gonna give it to you right back. I'm sorry, we really gotta. Do you see Biden here? No, I don't. No, I don't. Oh, all right then. Is you making a deal or not? I'm down to make a deal. You understand? I even brought some of this rare earth. I put it in the Ziploc bag so that you can see it. You say rare earth? But, I like that. I'll take that. But I really want a deal. But rare earth is all we got. What else you want from us? I need you in Russia to cut all that shit out. Russia started fucking with us. We ain't fuck with Russia. They came to us. We ain't even start. Hey. I don't care who started that shit. You need to stop. What? Why are you just talking to me? Did you speak to Putin? Did you call him? Why are you just talking to me? I've been talking to Big Putin all morning. He say he's straight. Right, Putin? We gonna turn Ukraine to South Russia, nigga. Put that on mother. I'm gonna get him right. But you need to stop fucking with Russia. So what if we say no? What if we say we straight then? Boy, you down $300 billion right now. You ain't got no goddamn choice. Now answer the questions from the reporters. What's wrong with this nigga?
Well, I have to play one funny one, man.
Yes. What's going on?
I mean, that breaks it down. You need to be the translator of all political stuff so you can break it down where we can digest it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh shit.
I mean, that'll be a good translation, man. You know, but yeah, I mean, not to really speak on it too long. I got one more clip, but I think like if you owe money, man, you need to be as humble as a mumble in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Be humble. Hold on, let me hit this last one.
Now we got a question in the chat.
Nah, that shit is crazy.
Let's see. Darnell Walker said, "What are your thoughts? Are we in a recession?"
No, I mean nowhere close. You know, we about to get a boom right now. So everything about to boom out. You know, if you can't make $1 million in the next 2 years, man, and then Trump announced that somebody is investing like $109 billion in the U.S. So he got everybody invested in the U.S. So we about to eat here soon. In 26, it's gonna be booming out soon. So nah, if they don't try to, if the blue boys don't try to derail everything, was they trying? But right now we're gonna eat. We're gonna eat. Everybody gonna eat here soon.
Like shit, I don't think we're in a recession in Houston because
nah,
people active over here.
Yeah, so nah, we about to eat, man. So nah, it ain't a recession at all. At all, you know. So let's this last
Hey,
one.
Dad, what do you do to make money?
I don't want to make money. Most people want to make money, and that's the problem. That's why they stay broke their whole life. They go to work for money, then they pay tax. Hey, thank you. Can I get stoppers too? Some stoppers for these tops. So here's what you want to do instead of working for money. You another one for the other one too. Instead of working for money, you want to work for equity. As you get equity and assets, you can strip that capital out. For instance, let's say you buy a piece of real estate for $100,000, you put $50,000 in it, and it reappraises at $300,000, like my son's first deal. Yeah, thank you. You're gonna take that $300,000. The bank is gonna loan you back 75% of that. So instead of saving up that 75 grand for years, you're able to create that equity in his case in 60 days. So now he's borrowing $225,000 now, but he only owed $150 to the private lender or the fix and flip lender. So he's getting $75,000 in cash out in 60 days and has $75,000 equity. But now you're saying, oh, you got to pay the bank. What if the tenant doesn't pay? What if you go to work tomorrow and your job gone and they fire you? What you gonna do, man? Get out here and take a risk on yourself. Man, the biggest risk is going to work every day for somebody else who could fire you. You're at their discretion. Hey, thanks a lot, man. You have a good day, brother. So don't be at other people's discretion, man. Go out here, and as you build your life, own it. Quit looking for something easy to do, man. I'm so tired of Americans just being so want something easy. And then they mad at people that's successful. Man, but they ain't willing to go out here and do what they did. Quit being soft, man. Quit looking for something easy. You raising up these kids to be weak with that weak mind. Get out here, make your kids cry young. I ain't saying abuse them. Push them to the limit. Because if you ain't gonna push them to the limit, they're gonna break in half. Somebody else gonna own them because they're gonna be too weak to go out here and do it on their own. Love you guys. This is tough love, man. It's time for you to grow up, though, man. It's time for you to quit looking for something easy. It's time for you to look for something actionable. If you guys want to learn the same stuff that I taught my son, he'd be a millionaire in 9 freaking months, man. Quit making excuses. You can do it. Just comment Burr below. And I'm going to send you these videos that I made for him. And, man, these videos will change your life if you apply it. But don't think I'm going to give you something that's going to be easy. I'm going to give you something that's going to be actionable. That is realistically, you could retire in 5 years. And I don't care where you at in life. Love you guys. Again, comment Burr below and send this with somebody who needs to hear this.
Hey, Dad, what do you?
Well, what y'all think before I go in, man? My little diatribe.
He ain't living by the eat healthy video. That's for certain. I'm just saying. I'm trying to tie it in. I'm trying to tie it in. You know what I'm saying? Look, keep the theme going, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But look, he to me, you know what I'm saying, he was spitting nothing but facts. There's lots of ways, you know what I'm saying, to come out here and get it. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, he was, trying to get people to sign up, you know what I'm saying, so he can sell something or whatever the case may be. But the opportunity will come knocking at the front door. You got to go out there and get it. So, you know what I'm saying, that's the one thing I did get from it, and that I felt like he was accurate with.
Right. Anything, CJ?
Yeah, he was spitting some facts. Like, worrying too much about the money aspect instead of looking for the leverage.
Right.
Because it can be the same thing, but you want to put yourself in a position where you can make some moves with it.
Right. I mean, the gist of what I got out of it is that the overarching theme is that we all looking for the easy way. We've been conditioned to hop from, all right, if this don't work, it's got to be instant success. If that don't work, I hop to this, I hop to that, I hop to this. And it's looking for that, I'm going to be a rapper now. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be a podcast. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You're looking for the quick motion, and then y'all perceive that as easy, because that's what y'all going to put your energy in. But you got to get cold at something. You got to get buckled down and put the work in and get cold at something. And that's the problem with the generation. And what happens is we don't have no shame of being lazy, and wanting the easy street, and the easy street. I learned in high school, like the two separate paths, the fork in the road, and the one the scene clear with the trap, and the one that was with the hurdles was the actual path to get out the maze. That was in Beowulf or something, right? It was one of them novels it was in. I learned that in high school, like the easy street is always the road, the parish road, the road to demise. So, I mean, we got to. I would say, and this is what I'm always talking about: the tough love, man. We got to stop the babying. I know we've been babied and pampered the last 4 years. All participation trophies. All you got to do is try. You give the old sportsman try, and you're a winner. You're born a winner, and whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do is okay. Nah, there's winners and losers. The winners apply themselves. There's action, like you said, take action, and they have a track record to show it. I know this new generation, by working around them, I'm seeing a lot. They're very entitled. They want to get stuff handed just because I'm me. Everybody's I'm me. What's distinguish you? Why should you get favors? Why should you get everybody got to bend to your will and you haven't done anything? It's not how this works. Everything that's easy is not applauded. Anything that's hard is applauded. I give you an example. We always talk about fit. 6-pack, everybody loves 6-packs, and Rebel 6-pack because it's hard to get. If it was easy, all right, my gut, everybody champion that. That's easy to do. All I gotta do is, I ain't gotta do nothing. So if anything that's worth having is hard to achieve. That's what people are rebel. I mean, that's what people give you praise about. People want to get praise for doing absolutely nothing now. You know what I'm saying? And have no shame about it. You want praise and you want these props, and they get mad at it. Like you said, you get mad at the rich because they doing their thing, man, because they bust their ass. Bust your ass, and then you have a track record, and then something something for somebody to marvel at. But I'm a marvel just because you. You want the same treatment? That's not how they work.
The thing is, the money's in solving problems. If you have a solution to somebody's problem, that'll get you paid.
Right.
And if you got a solution for a lot of people's problems, then you're gonna get paid a lot of money.
Right. Right. But people want to get paid for doing nothing. That's why the skill
problem takes skill. So
Right.
you just can't just jump off the porch thinking you got it figured out.
Well, that's why a lot of females have become bottle girls and OF, content creators, because it's easy. It's not a hard thing to do. You know, you get paid for your beauty. You know, nothing else. There's not no skills to say like, "Hey, I want a Jack and Coke. Go get it to me." Okay, thank you, sir, and then you get a tip. That's not hard to do.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But people got somebody, a couple of people made some money, and you got all these people that give you pay because they want a chance, and maybe I'm a big tipper, maybe you get a shot, but they don't realize they don't take no skill. It was a skill that made the person tip. And then you get out of that. Once that beauty fade, you have nothing. Once people don't realize I got mobility and stuff like that, but that's gonna fade away. How long can you trade time for money?
Right.
What about if you get hurt? Like you said, that job ain't guaranteed. You see? So we think we indestructible. What if you get hurt tomorrow? You can't work.
Right.
You ain't got the skills to do nothing else. Be under a bridge. You see?
Yep.
So with that being said, I got anything else? That was the last clip. It's a good way to sum it all up.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah. Sum it all up, man. Get serious about life. Go to work, bust your ass, get good at something. Become top of your game at something.
Yeah.
And quit crying about it. Quit thinking somebody owe you, or quit trying to cut corners and get the easy way, because that doesn't get you anything. With that being said, man, peace. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
But man.